Welcome to Wichita, Kansas. We're at Bishop Carroll Catholic High School for the Game Time High School Game of the Week on Yurview. Tonight, the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles host the Wichita Heights Falcons. So we take a look at team comparison tonight. You see each team pretty much outscored by the same amount of points, but you see the turnovers and then the inexperience have kind of led both of these teams to 1-3 starts.
It really has, and young guys are going to have to definitely step up tonight. You can see that just by the number of guys that are out. We've got a lot of numbers last year that graduated. It's going to be a struggle tonight. The team that is more disciplined tonight, I think, takes the win tonight.
We welcome you on the field tonight. Scott Hogan alongside Scott Gurney. Coach has talked a lot about veterans that need to step up, meaning there's upperclassmen, but they haven't played a lot of varsity. Just now their 5th varsity game, and they're looking for some breakout games.
They really are. A lot of JV experience, but that doesn't necessarily coincide or triculate down to the varsity level, and you see that in the discipline. You see that number of mistakes made and a lot of turnovers. We've got a lot of penalties throughout the season in the first 4 games. They've got to overcome that. The team that can tonight is going to take the win.
Well, one of those guys that the Heights Falcons is going to really rely on back from injury after missing a couple of games, the senior running back, Lucas Meyer.
Lucas Meyer, he's a tough character. This guy's really got some moves. He can move with the football. He can move without it. He's going to find a way to get open in the passing game. They're going to get him involved in the running game as well.
And on the Carroll side, the field general, the senior quarterback, Carter Klepny, gets his 5th start of his senior campaign.
He does, and as a senior, you can see by the numbers there, 5 TDs, 6 interceptions. He's got to control this game. He's got to manage it, and he cannot turn the football over tonight and give Heights opportunities.
Well, I think that's the key tonight. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more pregame here on the Game Time High School Game of the Week on Yurview.
Shopping for insurance.
Whoa. The unexpected can happen to any of us. That's why SelectQuote makes it easy to get the life insurance coverage you need to protect your family for less than $1 a day. We can help you save more than 50% on life insurance, whether you need $100,000 or $10 million in coverage.
Even with high blood pressure, SelectQuote found me a $500,000 policy for only $16 a month.
Our licensed insurance agents aggressively comparison shop highly rated companies to find your best rate.
My $500,000 policy is only $18 a month. That's half of what I was paying before.
Make sure your family is protected from the unexpected.
Visit our website or call 800-590-7212 to get started today. That's 800-590-7212. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Game Time on Yurview is sponsored by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and by Kansas Farm Bureau Health Plans, affordable health care, nationwide coverage, friendly service. And what a beautiful night. Look at that beautiful sunset, 80 degrees, light winds out of the east. We don't feel anything right now down here on the field. It is absolutely picture perfect tonight for football between Heights and Bishop Carroll. Well, our keys to the game tonight being brought to you by Continental Truck Accessories. Customize your truck or Jeep online with the virtual interactive garage. Don't F it up. Let us truck it up.
For Heights tonight, solid in all 3 phases of the game. Got to limit mistakes, and you got to be extremely physical. For Bishop Carroll, got to win the turnover battle. Got to be disciplined, and you got to finish drives on the offensive side of the football.
Yeah, I think both teams, both head coaches looking for limit those self-inflicted wounds. We talked about penalties and turnovers. So kicking off tonight, lots of injuries, and there's one in the kicking game too. It's going to be Samuel Murphy to kick off several dangerous return men back, one of them Lucas Meyer and Adrian Hall, and we are underway. And it's heading towards Hall. He's going to take it about the 14, right up the left hash mark, broke a tackle, and a good return out across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. And lineups tonight are brought to you by HTO, with more than 20 flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, iced and hot coffee drinks, plus all your favorites at HTO. We see a couple in the yellow have been injured. Heights is really happy to have back Meyer at the split back, and Hayes out at the wide out. All seniors up front, but all JV players last year. That's a big unit. On the defensive side, Frank and Kaltenbach are going to be key against this triple option. So under center, we'll see Zane Masterson. And going to dive the fullback at a little bit of a crease, and squeezing across the 35 goes Jonathan Wyatt. He's going to have those tough yards up the middle.
He is. Wyatt, they're going to depend on, as a junior at 5'9", 170. He's had 46 rushes this season, 302 yards coming into today, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, any triple option starts with that fullback dive. If you establish that between the tackles, you're going to have a good night running the triple option. So gained down a little bit, about 3 yards. We'll call it second down and 7. Now they'll put Meyer in motion, and big hole. Wyatt breaks it out to the left sideline, crosses midfield, and a huge gain. He's out of bounds down near the Carroll 30, and just what we talked about, establishing the fullback.
Absolutely, and then watch the left side of this line go to work. Just making a gaping hole. Great job by Wyatt. Taking it to the sideline and headed up the field.
So we were talking about who can get big plays, and the first one of the game comes from Heights. And Coach Dingle is loving establishing that fullback, because that's going to open up the edge. So they marked it out at the 31. Now a little play action. Masterson pressure in his face, and he lost the football. It's scooped up by Bishop Carroll, and Wyatt is going to make a touchdown saving tackle. And coming up with it, it looks like that is Mitchell Frank.
Unreal for a start. You saw the big play down the sidelines, and then you see him bring the arm back. Ball falls out, and Bishop Carroll, beneficiary of the first turnover tonight.
And that was just Masterson. He saw the pressure coming, got in a hurry, and just lost grip of the football. There was no contact there. And we talked about Kaltenbach and Mitchell Frank up front, and he gets the scoop and nearly the score, but nice hustle there by Jonathan Wyatt. And now Carter Klepny making his 5th varsity start. And a handoff. A little fly sweep around the edge, and a big gainer inside the 30, and taken out of bounds is Aiden Acosta, doing a little double duty tonight.
Aiden Acosta, don't know anything about young Aiden Acosta, a 6'1", 180-pound sophomore. No numbers on this young man, but I tell you what, first carry from scrimmage, finds an open area and zips it right down the sideline.
Well, on the 2 deep, it's 2 defensive backs. They were forced, I think, the first top 4 running backs out for Bishop Carroll. And in the red zone come the Golden Eagles. Now an option keeper, little read option, and Klepny taken down near the 15. Will gain about 4. And that's a second down and a 6 there. You see Carter Klepny just trying to get his confidence. I think it's kind of been a roller coaster a little bit for him this year, confidence-wise.
Yeah, it definitely has. 5 touchdowns, 6 picks on the year. He's got 440 yards in offense, but he's had to complete that 57 passes out of 137 attempts.
And now he wants to throw a quick hitter on a quick slant. Pass is caught, and a big hit. And it should be a first down. We can get you the number of the receivers. We took a look at the lineups now. Steeman, Manshaw, and then you see back in the secondary, Johnson and Martin, key for the Falcons, and then Klepny. And can they get the tight end? Gert's a good receiver. Can they get him involved? And who's going to win that battle up front as we have a 3rd down, and it looks like about 1. Ball just inside the 10. You have to get to the 8, so a full 1.5 yards here for Bishop Carroll. Acosta is the lone back. And he'll get the carry, ran into his own man, but I think forward progress is going to get him the first down. As it looks like number 91, Maverick Steeman, made the stop, and Acosta have to come out. He lost the helmet.
Yeah, nice look up the middle. Just got to get your own guys out of the way at that point. Ran into the back of some green jerseys there, and Carter Klepny, 5th varsity start, and he's a senior.
You got Sattler and King, 2 of your better receivers. And now they're going trips left, and then they brought in Landon Steven. He's the other defensive back at the lone running back. And they'll go to Steven, and he's caught from behind and down just shy of the 5. Coming up from the secondary, looks like Rico Castaneda, senior linebacker, with the stop.
Pick up to nearly the 5, I think is just outside the 5-yard lines.
Looks like they say the knee went down at the 6, so second down and goal. And Coach Trail talked a lot about simplifying his offense. I don't know that he's going to get fancy here. He'll use some motion, wants to go a little quick pass out to Acosta, and that is strung out beautifully, and then the ball came loose, but out of bounds. Carroll will keep it, but that was great. We'll get a look at this. Who was out there first for the Falcons that really disrupted this play?
I believe it was Rogers, number 21. You can tell me he's going to be the first to plant the helmet right there. But again, just forcing him outside.
Actually, I think that was Tarek Johnson, number 5.
I think you're right. Johnson got there first to keep him pushed towards the sideline. It's nice cleanup work in there by Rogers at the end.
And it's a loss back to the 9, 3rd and goal. And they want to go the quick hitter. Klepny sees a crease, makes some men miss, still making men miss, and he's going to find the end zone. Carter Klepny and the Golden Eagles get on the board first.
And again, like you said, he's going to have a solid game. He's going to have to control the tempo, and he's going to not have to make mistakes. And this time, a little individual effort, got some help by that big offensive line. Good cut right there, and finds a way to sneak into the end zone for the first TD of the game.
Great decision not to throw it. He saw the defender was going to cut into that lane. That could be one of our smart moves of the night, and then decided to get what he could, and he got all of it, and the extra point on the way is good. We got 8:10 left. First quarter, Carroll on top of Heights. 7-0 on the Game Time Game of the Week on Yurview.
Hey airline travelers, let's say you have a problem and you need to change or cancel an existing airline reservation. What do? Well, Skywatch is a free service that can help anyone with any airline reservation fix it. Whether you want to cancel it, change your dates, or add passengers, we can help fix your airline reservations so you get exactly what you need. We've updated our computer database and now have access to every airline around the globe. So now you can make one phone call regardless of who booked your airline tickets, and we'll change it, cancel it, and fix it for you. We know the insider secrets to fixing reservations that the airlines don't want you to know about. So if you need to cancel, change, or modify an existing airline reservation, call Skywatch right now. It's a free call, so let us fix it for you.
Call 855-642-8506. That's 855-642-8506. 855-642-8506.
Carter Klepny, there he is on the sideline. A great decision not to throw that football, and just wove his way through the Heights defense to get Carroll on top. That does him and that team a lot of confidence. Got to wonder, we're going to see it again. You got to wonder about the Heights confidence after putting it on the turf after that big run.
Well, the Bishop Carroll keys to victory tonight, one of them was finished drives, and this time they get an opportunity off a turnover and then get a great drive down the field, finished off by the Klepny run into the end zone. And maybe Klepny could clean things up. Maybe this is going to be his breakout game. But great job, and benefiting from mistakes. The first notch in the book goes to Bishop Carroll.
Well, we didn't know if he would play. He's a little banged up. Reese Renteria, he did kick the extra point. Now he will kick off. And this one could be heading out of bounds. That will come out to the 35. It was heading towards Lucas Meyer, but good decision. Heights will have good field position. Boy, and you got to wonder, Zane Masterson, again, his first year starting as a junior quarterback. put it on the turf that first time. You got to be wondering where his head's at right now. And can he overcome that here early in the game?
Well, how do you recover from adversity? How do you come back out and compete? We'll find out on this drive right here. And I'm going to say, as a young quarterback, a junior, you know, you've got to find a way. It's go back out, get back in the saddle, get back on the bike, keep going. You know, and a big part of that could be, you know, he had to deal with a pass rush off there. Come out, both hands on the football, find your throwing lanes, and then connect.
What we saw in the first drive, I think, just keep handing it to Jonathan Wyatt. So at the 35, there's the motion, and I'll get the handoff, and a nice gain up the middle. That is Darius Rogers. And he gets across the 40, will gain 8, bring up second and short. Right now, I've been impressed. I know it's early. That Heights offensive line been opening some nice holes here early on.
Well, they've averaged 257 up front. They're a big offensive line right behind Ida Dokun. They're at number 77, 6'5", 305. Then you got Jefferson next to him is 245 on the left. He's the center. You've got Smith over at the right tackle. He's 265, so some healthy lads up front.
Well, Wyatt, first contact was in the backfield, but he'll get the first down. He'll get just across the 45 where he's pushed back by numerous Golden Eagles. Blake Bowmaker was one of them.
Well, the tuck right of it missed the initial contact in the backfield. And I'll tell you what, Mason, Colton Bach, and Mitchell Frank, well, I'll tell you what, Coach Dusty Terrell couldn't talk higher about those two gentlemen on the defensive line. They can really disrupt what you want to do offensively.
So a fresh set of downs for the Falcons. Masterson back to throw it. And he got a man open and just overshot him just inside the left hash mark. Was looking for Chris Bodney. And just a little bit high back in coverage was Aiden Acosta.
Yeah, again, good job of airing the ball out. I think his receiver may have stopped running and came back thinking that that ball wasn't going to get there.
It was kind of quite a fly pattern, made that what they call the little skinny post, and it was just a little bit overthrown. So Coach Dingle says we do need to throw the football. There he is, and throw it in some not obvious throwing situations. So I like the call. And now it's 2nd down and 10. And Lucas Meyer on the fly sweep. He got around the edge and shook a tackle to the sideline, lowers his shoulder, and forward progress. He'll be close to the first down. Let's see where they come in and mark it.
Now, Lucas Meyer is so shifty. And he can put his foot in the ground and he can go north and south on you in a hurry. So he's going to end up a couple of yards short there, but 3rd and short is a whole lot better than 3rd and long.
Well, that was great penetration. I thought he was going to get caught right there, but you saw the elusiveness and now the speed. How about a little power and finish? And it's 3rd down and a deuce. And then the kind of the dummy snap count, still 10 on the play clock. As Rogers starting to come in motion. And he goes behind, and Wyatt backing his way. This will depend on the spot.
I think he's going to end up a half a yard short, but look where they've got it. I think I saw a foot right on the marker, and they're moving the chains.
Yeah, I think he got right where he needed. And Heights first down in the Carroll territory at the 44. It is 7-0. Our score there, for some reason, didn't update. And Carroll does have the 7-0 advantage. But Heights methodically working their way into Golden Eagle territory. Going to go quick pass to Meyer. Good first block. Cuts inside. And then he runs into the pursuit. And it's going to end up being a pretty short gain of maybe where they're coming into market. I think he gave up some ground, just a yard.
Yeah, big gang tackle in there by Bishop Carroll. Really getting to the football. Risky pass right there, right over the defense. Penetration right there. And boy, poor Lucas Meyer got right in the middle of the blender, so to speak.
You know, they want to get him touches. He is such a dynamic playmaker. Again, he started off with a bad hammy, so they kind of been working him back in, just 12 carries through the last 2 games. Got 100 yards on those 12 carries. And now back to the fullback, Wyatt. He was hit immediately, and he'll gain just 1. who is down at the bottom of that pile. I believe that was number 18, Foster Martin. Was one of them there first. Now you got Heights if you're Carroll, where you like them. They 3rd down and 8.
Jack Dooling also in on the tackle from his defensive end spot, number 54.
And Carroll typically plays a 3-4, 3-3-5. Coach Trail said we're playing a 52 this week to try to counter that option offense. And you might be thinking, if you're Coach Dingle, 2 downs here to get those 8 yards. Masterson, and they go to the fullback. Oh, great stumble drill. And inside the 40 down to the 38 with Jonathan Wyatt. And I think that's exactly what Coach Dingle was thinking. It's going to be 4th down and about 4.
Now watch the balance here as he puts his hand on the ground after the contact. Right there, stays up, gains another couple of yards. But still 4th down territory here.
So it's a huge early play for Heights. This is a nice drive after turning it over the first drive. Can they convert here? 4th down and about 4. Some motion, Masterson back to throw it, pressure coming. He unloads one, and the receiver, Bodney, had stopped. And miscommunication there. Heights will turn it over on downs. 1st and 10 for Bishop Carroll.
Tough to see right there because it looked like there was some miscommunication right there. He had like the outside route down the sideline. Looked like it was open, and that's where Klepny put the ball. But his receiver had other things in mind. So, yeah, I hate to see that drive coming to an end because they just were, like you said, methodical, driving it down the floor, and they kept possession of the football. So turning it over here is not what Heights needed.
So Klepny, little reverse going on here. Can Acosta get to the edge? He does, across the 40. And the pursuit will get him, but not until Aiden Acosta gets out near midfield with I believe, a 1st down for Bishop Carroll.
Yeah, Castaneda coming from behind to make the play there.
He's going to be just short. So a little trickeration here from Coach Trail. And Acosta finally run down there by Rico Castaneda. And about 2nd, and it's a long yard where they mark it, about 1.5 yards. Look at the shotgun and the splits there. Acosta slipped an arm tackle in the backfield and another tackle. And Rogers will finally come up and get him down. The ball came out. I hear whistles. They're going to say he was down.
Looked like there was a strip on the play, but did his knee actually touch before the ball came out?
Yeah, we'll probably get another look at this and see. I was thinking he was down, but look at the missed tackles. 1, 2. Yeah, I think that hip was down before the ball came out. And Acosta, he's a little slow to get up there. But it's another 1st down. Here come the Golden Eagles up 7-0 in Heights territory. Heights bringing some pressure. It's picked up well. Klepny wants to go deep. This one he's just going to throw out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 10. It was a nice pickup on the blitz there by the Carroll offensive line. Klepny had time, just nobody there.
Yeah, and a good job not trying to force that ball into areas. That's been kind of a bugaboo with Carter Klepny's, with those 6 picks. Obviously trying to force the ball. Good job not doing that. Throws the ball out of bounds. Lives to fight another day.
Well, sometimes coaches will say an interception or a punt's not a bad thing. The alternative is worse.
Yes.
And now quarterback keeper Klepny, and a good tackle. He runs right into number 10, Maurice Mansaw. It's going to be 3rd and probably about 8 here.
Yeah, watch Mo line up. Fought off the block. Mansaw, what a name for a linebacker. 5'9", senior, 185 pounds.
Man, buzzsaw there. That was a great form tackle. And now Heights, see if they dial up the pressure. It's 3rd and 8. Carroll out near midfield.
Heights can't give up a big play here. Big time for a stop.
Klepny, pressure right up the middle, fires a pass in, a little wide for his intended receiver, Drew Ferguson. And I would suspect that you would try to play field position, and Coach Trail would. I think he thought about it, but with an option offense, I think you want to try to make them go the length of the field. And let's see who they do bring on again with the injuries. Zane White is typically the punter. He is out there.
Darius Rogers back to receive the punt.
He's going to stand just inside the 10.
Let's go look at Rogers there. He's returned 183 yards for a touchdown, so we know he's got breakaway speed.
Yeah, there's some good special teams play this season. That punt was nearly blocked. And it's going to take a little backspin and be down to around the 13. So a long field coming up for Heights. We'll take a break. Heights football when we come back on Yurview.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I can immediately see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
Order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free quick stick pen with your order. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Well, as we always expect when we come to Bishop Carroll High School, their stands are going to be packed. It doesn't matter how the season is going. Incredible crowd here. So now the long field. Heights will go back to the fullback Wyatt, and he slips some tackles, gets to the sideline, and a good gain out near the 30. I tell you, Jonathan Wyatt, the fullback, has been the big offensive weapon so far.
He really has, and we kind of highlighted him that, talking in our meetings, this kid hasn't been one of those kids that we've really seen a lot out of, but I'm telling you what, he's showing out tonight. Coach
Dingle, is going to keep feeding the football up the middle if they can't get it controlled of Carroll, and they marked him down at the 28. There you see Zane Masterson, the junior. And back to the fullback this time. Hit immediately, falls forward for maybe two. Big number 72. That is the number change we had this week. That's Mason Kaltenbach.
Okay, number 12, Jonathan Wyatt. Go down to number 56, Brandon Stone Street.
Yeah, he was an impact player for Coach Trail.
Yeah, he was. He was. He was trying to name off a bunch of them, but it's like, well, Coach, we got to have one we can highlight. But he said there are so many on this team, and moving him inside as an interior player, he's going to have to make a difference today.
Well, 2nd and 8. Back to Wyatt. And he'll squeeze out, it looks like maybe about 3. And there's this tricky down end distance. You're going to have 3rd and about 5. Heights does not have to run a play. Wind is absolutely 0 factor. Flag is dead still. And if I'm Coach Dingle, I don't think he doesn't seem to be in any hurry. I think he's going to take this to the end of the quarter and talk about a crucial 3rd down play for, if nothing else, field position. So the one turnover turned into points for Carroll in the first quarter as we head to break. Carroll 7, Heights nothing. This is the Game Time High School Game of the Week on Yurview.
Hola a todos, tenemos profesionales legales listos para responder sus preguntas. Si ha resultado lesionado en un accidente que no fue su culpa, llámenos ahora mismo para hablar con un representante, obtener respuestas a sus preguntas y conocer cuánto vale su caso. Soy Victoria García y estoy con el portavoz y personalidad de la televisión, Milo Sánchez. Milo, dile a todos los que nos miran en casa quién debería llamar en este momento.
Bueno, Victoria, es como lo has dicho, cualquier persona que haya resultado herida en un accidente que no fue su culpa puede llamar ahora mismo. Le ofreceremos una consulta gratuita y le informaremos cuánto vale su caso.
Gracias, Milo. Entonces, ¿qué tipo de llamadas está recibiendo nuestro equipo hoy?
Bueno, Victoria, estamos recibiendo llamadas de todo tipo de accidente, pero lo más común es los accidentes automovilísticos. Por lo tanto, si usted ha sido lesionado en un accidente, llame ahora, le diremos cuánto vale su caso.
Gracias, Milo. Llame ahora.
When the little things start feeling like too much to handle, it might be from vaping. See how nicotine could be making you act less like yourself. Visit downanddirtylife.com. Start of the second quarter. A huge 3rd down and 5 coming up for this Heights Falcon offense.
They've really been hooking the saddle, so to speak, to Mr. Jonathan White. 8 carries, 68 yards so far.
And we have not seen one pitch out on the edge. You know, you typically see that with an option. So they're using Meyer with a little motion there. And now Rogers with motion, and here's the pitch on the edge. Rogers turns it up, and he's going to head to the sideline, crosses midfield, now a foot race. Look at Rogers turn on the afterburners. He's taking it to the house. Touchdown, Heights. What a run.
It was. You talked about not seeing the pitch. They kind of maybe kept that, holding their cards close to their chest. Coach Dingle might be. Nice fake up the middle, got the defense committed inside, and boom, outside. And then Rogers shows the speed down the sideline, and we may have a tie game here right shortly.
Well, Coach Dingle did say extra points have been a little bit of an adventure for us. They're going to bring on Jonathan Vasquez to try to tie this up. I was impressed with the afterburners there when Rogers hit that sideline. So Vasquez to try to tie things up. Good snap. And the kick right down the middle. So great answer on 3rd down. The pitch to Rogers. He does the rest to tie the game at 7. And we'll be back after this break on Yurview.
Have you filed for disability benefits but were denied by the Social Security Administration? Or do you need to apply for benefits and are overwhelmed with paperwork? Are you between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury? Thousands of hardworking Americans are in your situation. They file for disability benefits every month and are unnecessarily denied their much-needed benefit check. Call now for a no-obligation, free evaluation. We can help you nearly double your chances of approval and get your benefit checks faster. We understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact and will share our insider expertise. There is a time limit to apply. We're here to help you get your disability claim filed and paid as soon as possible. Please, time is limited. So, if you are between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury, call right now and let us help you file your disability claim with the Social Security Administration.
He's catching his breath after that beautiful touchdown run. We're thinking about 60 plus. Don't remember the exact line of scrimmage where he was, but I tell you what, I thought that Landon Stephen had an angle on him, and I tell you what, the afterburners looked like he was the only one running a 40-yard dash out there that last 40 yards.
Without a doubt. See his teammate right there. That's Tyson Phillips. He's out. It should be getting back next week. But Tarius Rogers going both ways tonight.
Here comes the kickoff. It's heading towards Harrison King. He's going to take it about the 11, right down the gut. And King's into the open, and he'll step out of bounds as he crossed the 40 to the 42. So some of the playmakers the coach is relying on coming up here in the first half.
Absolutely. Good job. Nice seam, found it. Does a nice job of breaking out to the outside, and then this is no need to take any extra punishment here. We'll just trot out of bounds, and we'll get the offense on the field.
I think Coach Trail said he was able to dress 45 tonight, and that was it due to injuries. And we have a change at quarterback as well. Out there is Jonah Mole, the sophomore. And he'll hand it off, and Acosta hurdling a man. Now he's into the secondary and tripped up. Maybe a touchdown saving tackle in the secondary by Tarek Johnson.
Yeah, Tarek Johnson. I think you're right. I think he did save the touchdown right there. Acosta finding a way to wiggle through the line, had to hurdle the guy, and then breaks it outside. Thought he was gone. 67 yards on the touchdown run
67
for Mr. Rogers.
So here comes Bishop Carroll at the Heights 44. Moore, the running quarterback, design run, cuts it up the numbers and slung out of bounds around the 39. I think that was Mansaw, number 10, on the tackle.
Yeah, good pursuit right there with the Falcons defense. You're going to see those linebackers. They're going to track the play. They may not get you at the line of scrimmage, but they're going to track the play down the line, try to shut you down.
Yeah, nice lateral movement there by Mansaw. Still a good gain, 5 yards, 2nd down and 5. Here you see Mansaw. Tight formation and a blitz right off the edge, and down in the backfield will go Acosta. That was number 44, Dom Wells. Nice read right off the edge.
No doubt. Good job for Wells. Boy, just wide open lane to the running back and finishes the tackle.
Another big down and a distance. There was a loss of a couple, 3rd down and 7. Heights likes to bring pressure, and there you see it. They don't have anybody except one player right now in a 3-point, and now nobody is. It looks like chaos at the line. Now they're going to go a little wide receiver screen out to King, and he's trying to dance his way towards the sticks, and Pursuit will get there. He's going to be about 3 yards short. Kind of no man's land. I expect Coach Trail to keep the offense out there.
I think he will. 4th and short. Man, watch the pursuit right here. Just closes in.
There's 5 or 6 Falcons there.
Yeah, helmets to the football. You got to like to see that if you're Coach Dingle.
There's Coach Trail. What's he going to dial up here on 4th down and 3? Tie ball game, early 2nd quarter.
Boy, talking about dealing with adversity. Boy, this team is.
Oh, they've had
a ton of it.
They've had their share, maybe more.
Another tight set.
Wants to throw it. Long pass and going for the interception. It's going to backfire. It's going to be a touchdown to Nick Wineland. 50-50 chance, and the gamble burns. Heights right there, and Carroll back on top. Well, that was a long throw out there.
It was a long throw across the field, and watch the D-back come in. Here's the toss. Good ball. Just overran it and all the way to the end zone.
I couldn't make out the number of the defensive back, but
I believe that was 15, I do believe.
That A.J. Banks, and the extra point, Renteria bangs it through. And for the 2nd time here in the first half, the Golden Eagles on top of the Falcons by 7 here on Yurview.
Have you filed for disability benefits but were denied by the Social Security Administration? Or do you need to apply for benefits and are overwhelmed with paperwork? Are you between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury? Thousands of hardworking Americans are in your situation. They file for disability benefits every month and are unnecessarily denied their much-needed benefit check. Call now for a no-obligation, free evaluation. We can help you nearly double your chances of approval and get your benefit checks faster. We understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact and will share our insider expertise. There is a time limit to apply. We're here to help you get your disability claim filed and paid as soon as possible. Please, time is limited. So, if you are between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury, call right now and let us help you file your disability claim with the Social Security Administration.
There you see the defensive back, A.J. Banks. He was the one that gambled, trying to go for the interception. Turned into a touchdown for Wineland, and kind of a teaching moment over there. You see, they're not upset with him. It was an aggressive play, but just there's a time to go for that and a time not to. That might have been the latter.
Hindsight is crystal clear
on
those things, and you see the offensive or defensive coordinator Isaiah Murdoch having that conversation with him.
So here's Renteria. Last one went out of bounds. This one going to go right down the gut and going to be a touchback. That went a couple yards deep into the end zone. Adrian Hall back there. So a long field once again for Heights, but they got off the mat once after the turnover and then the touchdown by Carroll. They tied it and now down 7 again.
Well, 9:16 to go on the game clock. So we're here in the first or second quarter, and boy, anything can happen on a Friday night under the lights here in Wichita. And you know, it's been one of those seasons where coming into the season we anticipated a lot of really good matchups, and boy, injuries and being able to have a fluctuation in your roster has been a real change of pace for a lot of teams.
Now back to the option game and the keeper, and nothing doing for Masterson. A couple of Falcons in there. Jack Dooling, number 54, was one of them. It's going to be a negative play.
You got that big offensive line averaging 257 for Heights, and then, or average, correction, 257 for Heights, and then you've got guys 220 and Kaltenbach, and then 205 for Helton. Frank is at 200 pounds, but those guys are quick and they get off the ball really fast.
Now Masterson back to throw it. Pressure coming. He lofts one down the middle of the field. Coach Dingle wanting a flag. There is none, as he was trying to get it, I believe, to Trey Hayes. And I don't know. Let's get a good look at it here, coming right into your grill. Oh, Hayes was
didn't have his head turned. I don't know. That one's
that's pretty close.
That's pretty close.
Yeah,
if they would have thrown the flag, I would have said yeah, without a doubt.
If he got his head turned, I wouldn't have had any trouble with the contact, but then didn't allow Hayes a chance to get back to the ball. And now 3rd and long, and you just feed the fullback. And again, nothing doing. Number 6 in there, that is Mitchell Frank. And that was not the possession the Heights Falcons needed. It's a -1.
Armbruster finding a way to get to the football as well. Big number 44.
And that will send the punt team on for Heights. And I think it is. I think Vasquez does both. Let's see if he is out there. Nope, they're going to send, looks like Masterson back.
Well, they've got him down as the punter. So.
And it's blocked. And Carroll's going to recover it inside the 15-yard line.
Huge special teams play right there.
That was Hayden Heber coming up with the recovery. And we are thinking that was Cooper Kuntz that got the block. He's going to come right in the bottom of your screen. And we couldn't make the number out.
Yeah, kind of a line drive kick right there that just came off flat off his toe. And man.
Boy, the miscues again.
The miscues, the mistakes.
A fumble, and now the block punt, the short field. And that was Acosta in there with the block. Now he's motioning out of the backfield. Mole is going to go off right side, turns the corner, and he's going to be out of bounds near the 5. And it'll be 2nd down and maybe a yard.
And Jonah Mole getting some experience in used in limited attempts here, and only 2 passing attempts, and he was 6 of 26 coming into today. So for rushing yards, so getting some experience for the young kid tonight, sophomore Jonah Mole.
He's going to go to Acosta, trying to go wide left. Oh, great cut up the field, touchdown. Bishop Carroll, not bad for the converted defensive back tonight. Aiden Acosta, 2-score lead for the Golden Eagles.
Well, it all starts up front in the trenches with the Hogs, and watch the lead block on the outside. Nathan Gertz with the big push block, and he was able to open up a gaping hole for Acosta.
And just a beautiful, patient run there by Acosta. And Renteria to tack on the extra.
So a touchdown off of an interception, and now you get a touchdown off of a block punt. Taking advantage of mistakes.
We're going to get another look at the touchdown run here by Acosta. I love the vision.
Well, Scott, big enough hole there for both of us. Could have ran through that one.
Yeah, I would add a chance to get through there, maybe.
Oh, good to see the youngster getting in there. The sophomore coming in today. Did not have a rushing yard, didn't have a touchdown, and now he does for the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles.
And we mentioned he and Landon Stephen coming over from the defensive backfield to help with the depleted running back. Here's again the block punt. Well, yeah, that kind of went off the side of his foot. If that goes straight out, I'm not sure it's blocked, although there was pressure up the middle as well. That was just really a breakdown in protection.
Sets up the touchdown, and now a 21-7 lead for Bishop Carroll. And this is not going the way I thought it might.
And Renteria, last one was a touchback. And this one will be the same. I tell you, how good is that to have in your back pocket, making a high school offense go 80 yards down the field. And now can Heights kind of get up off the mat? Coaches, every coach will talk about you're only as good as how well you respond to adversity. And a bunch of it there right now for Coach Dingle. Long, long way to go. We're not even halfway through the second quarter, but down a couple of scores due to a fumble and a block punt. So how will Coach Dingle's offense, they need to put together at least a field position changing drive. And I think Lucas Meyer, a couple more touches I would like to see.
Yeah, they got to get the ball in his hands, and he's got to really step up. And I mean, they've got, when you look at the number of big plays, Heights has got 3 plays over 20 yards. Bishop Carroll's only got a couple, but
that was a Darius Rogers in at the fullback this time instead of Wyatt.
Number 28.
Excuse me.
CJ Walker gained him 2 on the play.
Say that was CJ Walker.
22-yard line.
I thought it was 21. It must be 28. There's Rogers in motion. Masterson, a lot of pressure, but he's got a man wide open. Bodney catches it, and he'll be tackled out at the 40. So I think a miscommunication. That ball floated, but Bodney had all sorts of time to catch it and turn it up the field. Big play there for Heights.
Got Alex Rourke coming up, making the tackle.
Well, Masterson again, a lot of pressure coming at him.
A low hit on the knee too, but able to get the ball out. Nice catch by Bodney, and yards after the catch as well.
Scott, if this was Sunday, there'd be a 15-yarder added. You hit the quarterback down there in the knee like that's a flag every time. But Masterson pops right back up, and he'll go back to Wyatt. And I tell you, Carroll, after early in the game, giving up some yards on that fullback dive, they're really starting to shut it down. That was just a gain of a yard. And second down and 9.
Yeah, it looks like
Abadoku
stayed down a little longer than what they anticipated. He's back up.
Colton Bach in there once again. And you wonder, you watch all the film on Bishop Carroll, you see a 3-man front. And Heights comes in, and all of a sudden it's a 5-man front against him tonight. Some adjustments to be made. Here comes a jailbreak. And there they got it to Meyer. And Meyer just taking tacklers down inside the Bishop Carroll 40. I tell you, Masterson is hanging in there. Flipped it out. Nice catch by Meyer, but Masterson is just getting blasted after these passes.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't know how long the little guy can take much of that.
Watch this pressure.
Here it comes, always going to, and he's going to the ground on each one of these two. But how about the 2 running backs are out there? Acosta making the tackle.
There's Lucas Meyer, 175, but he was dragging 2 tacklers and probably another 6-8 yards after contact. He's at that right wing back. Now Rogers down the line, and he shakes 1 tackle and makes what looked like a negative into maybe a gain of 1. He's 2nd down and 9, running that little kind of wing back motion to the short side of the field. A lot of time you see that to the wide side. So it is another 2nd down and 9. Coach Dingle checking the play sheet there. I like how he has mixed the pass in. And Carroll bringing a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure, trying to get to the youngster.
And now they're going to go wide receivers. And that, I think, was deflected at the line. They were trying to get it out to Bodney.
Yeah, we've seen him go to that play about, I think it's about the 4th time they've gone to that play. That time the defense was ready, and somebody got a big paw up in the way.
Mitchell
60.
Frank, great job.
Yep.
And now you're in, again, in this field position, I would expect 4-down territory, so you're dialing up a play here thinking, I'm probably going to go for it on 4th down. So Masterson will go back to pass. Again, pressure coming. He's going to lob it down the middle of the field, and way too strong for the intended receiver, Trey Hayes. I think on that 3rd down, I'd like to have seen, maybe even go back to that wide receiver screen again, see if you can get half of that yardage, but now you're in 4th and long.
I don't know, 4th and short, you've got guys you've seen been able to get, 3 or 4, 5 yards at a clip, especially Wyatt. He's been pretty powerful in that fullback spot, being able to come through in the clutch.
So Carroll has turned away Heights once on downs.
This is a big change right here.
Masterson, heavy pressure, lobs it up. Bodney there, made the catch. Where's the sticks at? He's down at the 29, and he is short. They immediately signal Bishop Carroll football.
And you got to know where the sticks are at, and you got to make sure you get past them. But that ball floated up in the air too long. Let's take another look at it.
I think they needed the 28, and they got the 29. Oh, I tell you, where he first caught the ball was really close to the 20. I don't know that was a very good spot at all. Because if you get where you caught it, not where they knock you back to.
That's true.
So I think Coach Dingle maybe it's going to fall on deaf ears after this one snap. Yeah, it's back to throw it. And Klepny back in there, just going to take off, and he's tripped up from behind. Let's see if we can see who got him from behind. Was that Mansaw? It was.
Mansaw, yeah.
Great pursuit.
Mansaw doesn't quit on the play. Breaks through, sees the quarterback. He was going with the pitch. Breaks off and makes a nice play. Great pursuit there by Mansaw.
And it was a short gain. We're going to call it 2nd down and about 8. Klepny going with that double tight. And back to Acosta, straight up the gut. Head of steam, and he's got a 1st down.
And Acosta, the sophomore, getting a chance to get in the ball game. And boy, he's really showed up and showed out today. And again, a tough run. Just puts his head down, keeps driving with the legs, breaks multiple tackles, gets in the 2nd level.
It's an important drive, I think, for Heights. Down 2 scores right now. You can't let this thing get any further away from you here in the 1st half.
You need to stop, and for Coach Trail, you got to think, hey, we've got to manage this game right here, and we can't put our quarterback in a position.
Pressure came up the middle, and they go around the edge with Landon Stephen, and he's got a 1st down as he crosses midfield and into Falcon territory. He'll land it.
Gain of 11 yards on the play.
What I like about this is they're going to their strengths right here. They're using that offensive line. They're getting great penetration. They're pushing off the ball. They're winning the battle in the trenches. And then your running backs are taking care of business, finding those big holes and being able to exploit them and getting extra yards down the field.
Yeah, right now the Carroll offensive line taking over the game here in the second quarter. And now Steven again broke a tackle and into the second level. Gonna have a nice gain inside the 45 down to about the 42.
Landon Steven, the junior, 6 foot, 175 pounds. Not much in the stat sheet, but it's this tonight is where these young guys have got to grow up.
So good.
Halfway through the season.
You got half of what you needed. It's 2nd and 5. Now Carroll showing tempo, but right now you know Coach Trail wants to milk that clock. And Klepny back to throw it across the middle. It's got a man. It's caught by Sattler, and he'll be down near the 10. Oh, and that was a good throw and catch. Finally, Latrell Reed able to run down number 45, Hayden Sattler.
It's all about giving your quarterback time, making key blocks, giving him an open lane to throw in, and your receiver doing his job, catching the football, put it right on the dime to Klepny.
Boy, and he put that right between 3 defenders, right in the soft spot of the zone. And it was just shy of the 10, so this is a 1st and 10. You can get a first down at the 1. And a straight keeper, Klepny cuts inside the 10 and took a big hit. That's Mansaw again.
Mansaw again, yeah.
And it'll be 2nd down. Like it's probably going to be about 6.
Yeah, straight quarterback keeper taking off the left side. That's kind of where they've done their most damage tonight, I think, for Bishop Carroll's off that left-hand side.
Actually, they gave him just 3, so 2nd and 7. And Carroll just milking that clock. And Klepny to Acosta, cuts it up the middle. And still on his feet, he's inside the 5.
A little spin move inside and gain an extra couple of yards. And a couple of guys getting tangled up down there. They got them sorted out. Let's take another look at it. Mansaw on the pursuit, the dive.
And Acosta a little banged up, and Carroll going to burn a timeout. And they'll bring Landon Steven will come in his place, and a 3rd down and 2 with 51 ticks left on the clock.
Yeah, he's got his leg kind of trapped underneath the defender there.
I mean, there's always a risk when you play anybody both ways.
Absolutely.
And you're kind of forced to, again, with the injuries tonight. So going to add a little time to the game clock, but a huge down and distance here for both of these teams right now. Heights had this game tied at 7, but 14 straight. Carroll trying to make that 21 straight after the tie ball game. And also, Carroll going to get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. They won the toss and deferred. So trying to go kind of a 2-for-1 here. And some other scores around a first ever meeting tonight between Buhler and Wamego in 4A. 9-0 at halftime.
Interesting.
Buhler up in that ball game. It was 2-0 for a while, kind of a baseball score. So big 3rd and 2. Klepny, keeper off right side. Oh, he broke a tackle, and look at Carter Klepny into the end zone for a Golden Eagle touchdown.
Love the call. Don't try to do anything cute with it. Just give your quarterback the football. Say go in, find the end zone, kiddo. And he does. That offensive line, good push. Defensive back, some heights. You got to make a tackle. You got to come up. You can see him right there. He's in your face. One dives and misses. Other one trying to clean up after the fact, but man, how about Klepny?
Klepny, he's a 185-pound quarterback. As Renteria will bang through the extra point. They're tackling him too high. Above the waist, you need to be at or below the waist to get down Carter Klepny.
Klepny's got 7 carries for 26 yards, but a couple of touchdowns for the quarterback.
28-7. Heights will get one more possession with all 3 timeouts, but again, an offense not built for the under 2-minute drill. We'll see how aggressive Coach Dingle will be. Interesting, here we're down on the field tonight, just picture perfect weather tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Calm as can be. Huge crowd on hand here for homecoming tonight for Bishop Carroll. We'll have some of those festivities for you at halftime. Renteria didn't kick off the first time, has since then.
Yeah, got words that he's not, wasn't 100%. Soccer player as well, but seems to be doing just fine.
Adrian Hall, you see him back deep. Last two have been touchbacks. This one took off like it's going to be as well, and it will be. Out to the 20.
Renteria, you look at his stature, 5'10", 175 pounds, and far as we know, hasn't signed to play anywhere. So if you're out there needing a kicker, this guy may be one you want to get in contact with Coach Trail and say, hey, I need this guy.
Yeah, off the soccer team. You see quite a bit of that. Actually, any more soccer players coming in to kick if you have any kind of kicking issues at all. As now you see Zane Masterson, his team down 3 scores. Heading towards halftime. Looks like still just the base offense. And you'll go back to the option pitch, and there goes Rogers. He's out on the edge in another foot race. Cross midfield, still going down the sideline, and Landon Stephen, maybe a touchdown saving tackle, and heights all the way down to the 29. And you might want to consider one of those timeouts to get everybody rested, but let's look at this option pitch again.
And again, another look at the option. You can pull the cameraman a little bit there. Is Rogers down the sideline, shoestring tackle. But 2 big plays.
And Heights
by Rogers
does use a timeout. I think the clock started running again before they got the timeout. I was thinking I saw 41 seconds. So, and now they're stretching. And is that Rogers? They got somebody they're stretching on the sideline. And Coach Trail's wondering, how does that happen to us? As now Heights in scoring position. But if they actually did let the clock run before that timeout, they lost 8 precious seconds. I'm thinking I would have used that timeout the minute that Rogers got tackled, just to let everybody get there, get the play call in that you want. But that's kind of water under the bridge. And we'll see if Rogers can come back out. He's back out there.
They're going to need him. I mean, you look at the 3, he said 3 rushes, 67, 21, and 73 yards. Those are his big plays of the day. Not his only plays, but those are big.
So the line of scrimmage is the 29, 33 seconds and 2 timeouts for Heights. Look at all the personnel on the right side of the field. And they're going to go down the middle, and again, overthrowing everybody, looking for Hayes once again. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, unfortunate for Zane Masterson. It looks like he is just putting everything into those throws and needs to work on the touch a little bit.
He sped up a little bit, too.
Oh, absolutely. When you got the pressure he's got coming at you, yeah, you're going to speed it up.
2nd and 10 in the pressure. This one out, caught by Bodney. Did he get to the sticks? Because if he didn't, you need to use a timeout. And the clock is still running. Yeah, he was just short.
He was right on the 20-yard line, and I think he needed to get to the, was it 21?
I think he needed to
19 or 18.
Yeah. We'll put a few ticks back up there to 20 seconds. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Now, what you could do, again, the clock stops until the chains are set. You could choose to run it and have the next play called and be ready to snap it to save that last timeout, and that would get you in the neighborhood of having maybe 3 at the outside, 4 plays left to try to get this in the end zone. We'll see what Coach Dingle chooses to do, but you got to be careful about when you want to use that last timeout. And there's Coach Nance, defensive coordinator. Is he going to bring pressure here? Heights has got the field spread pretty nicely. See if they just try to get the first down here. They will go to the air. Masterson down the middle of the field. It floats, but it's caught for a touchdown. And they finally able to hook up with Trey Hayes. What an answer. That is huge for Heights here before halftime.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for the Bishop Carroll defense, this is the thing you didn't want to happen. You wanted to try to keep him out of the end zone with 50 seconds to go on the clock. But what a drive to take it all the way down the field. And boom, put the ball in the end zone. Trey Hayes, second touchdown of the season.
Great job using his body to make sure Steven couldn't get in front of him to try to knock that down or pick it off. And now I'm going to try to make it a 14-point game is Jonathan Vasquez. Good snap. Vasquez will split the uprights. So the huge option play to set up the touchdown score. And there you see Hayes over on the sideline. Looking at a phone, I'm wondering if they had a replay or somebody shot that on their phone. Let's take another look at it. He could come over here at halftime if he wanted to see the replay again. And here it is again, coming right into your screen.
How about that? 80 yards in 35 seconds. Big part of that ate up by Mr. Rogers.
You know, Heights is going to be talking the two big mistakes in the first half, and how do they get this Carroll offense shut down? That'll be a lot of the discussion at halftime. But boy, I tell you, 28-14 looks a lot better. 28-7, that is for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Going into halftime right now, you got to be very pleased. Does Coach Dingle with this Heights offense? But I'm telling you what, still 28-14. Got a lot of football left to play.
Yeah, 15 seconds. You think this is going to be a squib kick by Vasquez? Well, he's going to kick her deep. Going to be a chance for a return. And is that
Acosta?
Acosta,
and he's
limping. He pulled up.
Yeah, he did.
You know, he hobbled off a little earlier. He didn't look right from the get-go.
No.
And that could be that's something certainly to watch. He pulled up immediately.
Yeah, you could see his back foot planting went to take off, that there was something there. It looks like tightness just by the way he's running, that there may be some cramping involved there.
It looks like that left ankle is wrapped. And it doesn't look right.
Maybe too tight.
And now a kneel down, and unless Heights wants to use a timeout. And they will not. So an very entertaining first half as we head to the locker room. Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles on top of the Wichita Heights Falcons, 28-14. Take a break. Back for halftime here on the Game Time High School Game of the Week on Yurview.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth, PowerSwabs can target that area using swab precision.
I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I can immediately see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
Order PowerSwabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free quick stick pen with your order. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Hey, airline travelers, let's say you have a problem and you need to change or cancel an existing airline reservation. What do? Well, Skywatch is a free service that can help anyone with any airline reservation fix it. Whether you want to cancel it, change your dates, or add passengers, we can help fix your airline reservations so you get exactly what you need. We've updated our computer database and now have access to every airline around the globe. So now you can make one phone call, regardless of who booked your airline ticket, tickets, and we'll change it, cancel it, and fix it for you. We know the insider secrets to fixing reservations that the airlines don't want you to know about. So if you need to cancel, change, or modify an existing airline reservation, call Skywatch right now. It's a free call, so let us fix it for you.
Call 855-642-8506. That's 855-642-8506. 855-642-8506.
(28-14), Bishop Carroll on top of Wichita Heights here on homecoming night at Bishop Carroll High School. As we're going to welcome you back down on the field on a beautiful evening. Scott Hogan alongside Scott Gurney. Scott, it was certainly entertaining first half, back and forth, but when we talked about what these teams have struggled with on the season was the self-inflicted wounds and the mistakes. Bishop Carroll didn't make the mistakes. Heights had the fumble, the block punt. Clearly the difference in the first half.
Oh, it clearly is the difference. And Bishop Carroll able to take care of or take advantage of those mistakes and put the ball in the end zone both times, and then being able to put drives together. And one of the things that they wanted to do tonight, did the Golden Eagles, wanted to finish drives. And that's the big thing for me, is they've been able to finish drives and put the ball in the end zone.
They really have. Heights had some big chunk plays, especially on the pitch to Rogers here in the first half. They've had some good drives. They did turn it over on downs and also had the turnover. What are they talking about? I think it's got to be, how do we get this Carroll offense stopped?
Yeah, I think it's got to be on the defensive side of the football. Obviously, you can clean up some mistakes and you know, not turn the ball over, but defensively, you've got to find an answer to shut down this Bishop Carroll offense. What that's going to be, guys off the edge have got to be able to close in. You've just got to be able to hold your own. You got to win that defensive line. Starts with the big boys up front.
Yeah, it seemed like Carroll controlled that part of the game in the first half. We do want to look at the updated standings we have here in the greater Wichita area. As you see, the only overall undefeated team is Wichita Northwest. Then you kind of have some surprises in there. South and West both at 2-2 overall in the season. South 2-0 in there. And there's Capon. We thought, lose Amari Elias, you're going to have a downtime. Look at them, 3-1. They still have some big games coming up. And there you see Heights and Carroll, both at 1-3 overall. Heights 500 in the league play, and then down at the bottom you have North and Southeast. Any surprises on there for you?
Not really. I guess maybe South a little bit right there. We knew Northwest was going to have some dudes, and they're going to put some guys on the field. And, you know, Cape and Mount Carmel, a little bit of a surprise. Bishop Carroll's got them next week in the Holy War, so that could be huge. Them coming off of tonight, on the positive side of this one, is going to be huge for their confidence and try to get to that point to where they can, you know, overcome some of the early season mistakes. And, boy, I tell you what, playing mistake-free football right now is Bishop Carroll. But interesting look. We'll see what happens in the next couple of games, see how this sorts out.
Yeah, Capon for me is a surprise up there at 3-1. Carroll up by 14 here at halftime. Stay tuned, back for more here at Bishop Carroll High School on Yurview.
Hey airline travelers, let's say you have a problem and you need to change or cancel an existing airline reservation. What do? Well, Skywatch is a free service that can help anyone with any airline reservation fix it. Whether you want to cancel it, change your dates, or add passengers, we can help fix your airline reservations so you get exactly what you need. We've updated our computer database and now have access to every airline around the globe. So now you can make one phone call regardless of who booked your airline tickets once, and we'll change it, cancel it, and fix it for you. We know the insider secrets to fixing reservations that the airlines don't want you to know about. So if you need to cancel, change, or modify an existing airline reservation, call Skywatch right now. It's a free call, so let us fix it for you.
Call 855-642-8506. That's 855-642-8506. 855-642-8506.
Hola a todos, tenemos profesionales legales listos para responder sus preguntas. Si ha resultado lesionado en un accidente que no fue su culpa, llámenos ahora mismo para hablar con un representante, obtener respuestas a sus preguntas y conocer cuánto vale su caso. Soy Victoria García y estoy con el portavoz y personalidad de la televisión, Milo Sánchez. Milo, dile a todos los que nos miran en casa quién debería llamar en este momento.
Bueno, Victoria, es como lo has dicho, cualquier persona que haya resultado herida en un accidente que no fue su culpa puede llamar ahora mismo. Le ofreceremos una consulta gratuita y le informaremos cuánto vale su caso.
Gracias, Milo. Entonces, ¿qué tipo de llamadas está recibiendo nuestro equipo hoy?
Bueno, Victoria, estamos recibiendo llamadas de todo tipo de accidente, pero lo más común es los accidentes automovilísticos. Por lo tanto, si usted ha sido lesionado en un accidente, llame ahora, le diremos cuánto vale su caso.
Gracias, Milo. Llame ahora.
28-14, Bishop Carroll on homecoming night, leading Wichita Heights 28-14, as we had a lot of highlights in the first half. And let's go ahead and take a look at some of the great plays.
Absolutely, there definitely has been just right up the gut, cutting off the edge. Big play right off the bat for Jonathan Wyatt. And this one here on the defensive side, the fumble by Masterson, picked up by a guy we've been talking about all night long. And here's another big play. Acosta finding a way to break things out.
He is the son of Paul and Mary Rowan.
Right back up the middle. Nice play right here. First touchdown of the ball game. Mr. Clutby breaking it into the outside and breaking it into the end zone. That was the first score of the ball game.
Was.
How about this play? Finding a way to make it outside. Lucas Meyer, we wanted to see something out of him, and we definitely got it. Acosta again, he's going to take the double reverse. Big gain of yards there for Acosta. But this guy's been a highlight reel. 5 carries, 170 yards in the first half. Wow, for Darius Rogers. To me, that's who we may go home talking about tonight, should this, no matter which way this score goes. And again, trying to break something to the outside and finding a way to get into the end zone. He's a big playmaker.
And the big block punt there set up this short field touchdown.
Huge, and again, capitalizing on mistakes. Has been Bishop Carroll all night. But the pressure, the absolute pressure.
I thought Masterson did a good job getting rid of the football in the first half.
Absolutely. There's so many times he could have ate it, but this one right here, how about a backbreaker right towards the end of the game, or into the first half. Finding a way to get back into the end zone is Klupney after the big completion down the field to Sattler. And then how about this drive right here? Start off with a big run by Mr. Rogers.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Scooting it all the way down the field. That one was a 71-yarder to set up the touchdown and the completion into the end zone. Trey Hayes with the TD.
And we let the first half stats out there with those long runs, just so much yardage for Heights. Look at the total yards. They actually have more passing yards as well. And Bishop Carroll, a couple more first downs, but the chunk plays belong to Heights, but the 2 mistakes, the great equalizer there in the first half.
Absolutely, and mistake-free football for Bishop Carroll. Here's the thing. I don't think we've had a penalty in the first half. There has not been a hanky except for what I can remember is the ball that was kicked out of bounds. And that was it. And for both coaches, we talked about them both wanting to be very efficient, but be very disciplined and not cause a lot of penalties that hurt yourself, put you behind the sticks. Neither team has done that. Fairly clean. Mistakes taken care of by Bishop Carroll, but coming out in the second half, Falcons got to find a way to get it done and find some momentum.
Well, the White Hat listened to our advice. Not too many flags tonight. We asked him 1 in the first half. Well, those were the Cox Fast Stats, giving football fans all the latest stats courtesy of the nation's fastest internet provider. Learn more at cox.com/internet. 28-14, having homecoming festivities here at halftime tonight. Bishop Carroll on top of Heights. Game time, game of the week on Yurview.
Over 13 million Americans were affected by identity theft in 2022. And the threats go way beyond just credit card fraud. Today's identity thieves can open loans, transfer home titles, and even commit crimes in your name.
Someone got my social security number, made a driver's license, and was used for criminal activity.
Your information is exposed through online shopping, banking, even corporate data breaches. No wonder there's a new victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. Only LifeLock alerts you to the widest volume of threats all in one place.
I clicked, "That's not me," and LifeLock took it from there.
If you become a victim, a dedicated US-based restoration specialist will work to fix the issue. All LifeLock members are backed by the LifeLock $1 Million Protection Package, including reimbursement for stolen funds.
I will be with LifeLock forever.
Enrollment takes just minutes. Call now or go online and use promo code GET25 to save 25% on your first year. Enroll now.
Have you filed for disability benefits but were denied by the Social Security Administration? Or do you need to apply for benefits and are overwhelmed with paperwork? Are you between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury? Thousands of hardworking Americans are in your situation. They file for disability benefits every month and are unnecessarily denied their much-needed benefit check. Call now for a no-obligation, free evaluation. We can help you nearly double your chances of approval and get your benefit checks faster. We understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact and will share our insider expertise. There is a time limit to apply. We're here to help you get your disability claim filed and paid as soon as possible. Please, time is limited. So, if you are between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury, call right now and let us help you file your disability claim with the Social Security Administration.
28-14, Bishop Carroll leading Heights here tonight, and it is, we mentioned, a homecoming tonight for the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles. There you see the homecoming king, James Roletter, getting his robe and everything. Pretty fancy looking there tonight for Mr. Roletter and his crown. And joining him tonight with the royalty is the Queen, Jillian Frost. You see, they don't have her crown on her at that point. They're just announcing it now. And get her hardware as well tonight with a huge crowd on hand here. Just couldn't have better weather. I've seen so many of these homecomings where the poor gals are out there just freezing to death. But not tonight for Bishop Carroll's homecoming tonight. And home crowd happy right now. 28-14 lead for the homestanding Golden Eagles. We're back with more halftime here on Yurview. I think for Carroll.
Have you filed for disability benefits but were denied by the Social Security Administration? Or do you need to apply for benefits and are overwhelmed with paperwork? Are you between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury? Thousands of hardworking Americans are in your situation. They file for disability benefits every month and are unnecessarily denied their much-needed benefit check. Call now for a no-obligation, free evaluation. We can help you nearly double your chances of approval and get your benefit checks faster. We understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact and will share our insider expertise. There is a time limit to apply. We're here to help you get your disability claim filed and paid as soon as possible. Please, time is limited. So, if you are between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury, Call right now and let us help you file your disability claim with the Social Security Administration.
Do you use Viagra or Cialis? Have you been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 or more a pill for Viagra, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. Stop overpaying for expensive prescriptions. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call now and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for Viagra. Call us anytime, day or night, and start saving big money for the exact same results. Have your credit card ready. Ordering is fast and easy, with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. Call now.
Hi, everyone. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, we have legal professionals standing by to let you know how much your case is potentially worth. I'm here with TV personality and spokesman Tom Mustin. So, Tom, tell the viewers at home who should call right now.
Well, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give us a call right now. You'll speak with a live person and find out how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. You heard it. Take advantage of this opportunity. Call now.
When the little things start feeling like too much to handle, it might be from vaping. See how nicotine could be making you act less like yourself. Visit downanddirtylife.com. On our upcoming broadcast schedule, we'll be at Mays South High School for the first time next week. The rivalry game between Mays South and Mays. Really anxious to see Tate McNew, quarterback there for Mays South. One we've had circled, really two we've had circled, week 7 and 8. Right now it's undefeated Eisenhower, undefeated Andover Central, depending on the next couple of weeks. And then Hutch at Mays South. Great way to end up the regular season. I did see a score that Derby was leading Hutch, but just 15-0 at half. Hutch has got a really good defense. Hold Derby to 15 in the first half, but I tell you what, that's a great remaining schedule we got coming.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
So, and these two teams, I know Bishop Carroll, boy, I tell you what, there you see Aiden Acosta. That's kind of one of the big things. He left with looked like an ankle injury. He's got that left ankle taped. We saw him try to return that kick, was just really unable. He still looks like he's moving. He's still got a pretty good hitch in his giddy up there.
Yes, he does, definitely.
And we got the two teams remaining schedule. Let's look at Wichita Heights. They got the much improved South next week on the road, then North, and then a really tough one. They will host Capon Mount Carmel to end their regular season. A pretty tough way to finish for Heights. But you talk about tough way to finish. Look at this for Carroll. They host Capon next week in the Holy War. Then they go to East. And back here for right now undefeated #1 in 6A Derby. That's Murderer's Row to end the year.
That's an uphill climb, to say the least.
Wow. I had heard about their ending schedule, hadn't researched it, and it's just almost as tough as you could get. I guess if you still had Northwest, which they obviously opened the season with, but that's about as tough as you could get here in the City League.
Yeah, but when you compare what we saw opening weekend of high school football, Northwest and Bishop Carroll, we knew the defense was strong because of the way that Bishop Carroll finished, but Northwest was just too strong offensively, and mistakes after mistake by Bishop Carroll offense kept putting them behind the 8-ball. But what an improved team that we're seeing here tonight and leading this one right now 28-14. And I don't know about you, but I'm impressed with what they're doing on both sides of the football.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at what these two teams need to do to come up with the victory here in the second half.
Well, I think if you're Heights, you've got to have offensive drives, and you've got to finish those offensive drives. You're really getting tore up of time of possession for your offense. And you got to have big play defensively. You got to come up with a turnover, scoop and score, interception, something there. For Bishop Carroll, defensive pressure has been the key. on the defense. You've given up some big plays. Yeah, you got to shut those down. You got to eliminate those, and you got to find some way to corral Mr. Rogers. And so far, it's been his neighborhood on the offensive side of the football.
It really has. You had the time of possession. What were those numbers? Those surprised me a little bit.
Bishop Carroll's time of possession, 14:39, and Heights has had the ball 9 minutes and 21 seconds.
You typically think about that triple option team controlling the movement of the chains and the clock. Well, it was actually Bishop Carroll doing that in the first half. I think you need to, if you're Heights, you also need to flip that into your favor in the second half.
Oh, yeah, and that's just going to be able to sustain those drives, move those chains, just find a way. Got to get that big offensive line to make some headway up there.
Absolutely, as the team's back out warming up again. The toss was won by Carroll, and they deferred, so they're going to get the ball to start the third quarter. Which direction you're moving tonight, again, it's just dead calm. It doesn't make a lick of difference. It looks like what way you're going to go tonight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's you couldn't call it any better, dead calm. We picked the only day to go out to Pumpkin Patch today. This is east of Ark City, and it was hot, to say the least. There was no wind blowing whatsoever, and we had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and neither one of them were happy about being there. But a great place to go visit. But man, it was a warm one.
Well, it just got to about 80 today. I think they're talking 92 tomorrow for if you're out for any college football tomorrow. Take the sunscreen, extra water in the hat, because it's going to be really warm tomorrow. There you see Coach Dingle leading his team back out. We get the opportunity mostly on Tuesday evenings to visit with coaches. Coach Dingle was so upbeat on Tuesday night. He's getting his team healthy. Just feels like they're going to get better and better as this season goes. Coach Trail, you could tell he was scratching his head a little bit as far as with all the injuries, and he said, I'm really anxious to see how things come out on Friday night, just because moving players around, going to a 5-man front tonight on defense, bringing 2 defensive backs. There you see his son right next to him, Ridge. He's one that's out for the season. There you see John Corrigan, number 5. He was the backup quarterback receiver. He's on crutches. I mean, it's just you have seasons like that where injuries just seem to mount, and that has been a story for Bishop Carroll. And there we saw somebody we had on our 2 deep, and then we noticed that he was in street clothes tonight was Tyson Phillips, 6'3", 215 sophomore defensive lineman. He has to set out tonight's ball game with an injury. So both sides, but really the Carroll side, as we're set to kick off here in the third quarter. Jonathan Vasquez set to kick it off. And a good high kick, and Harrison King, did he touch that? He's going to pick it up, stepped in the end zone. He's going to have to bring it out. And he gets across the 10 and across the 20 and makes what looked like a disaster into pretty decent starting field position for Bishop Carroll.
Kind of picked up a big old lemon there at the in the end zone. You watch him, he'll step back right inside the end zone, and I tell you what, talk about making some lemonade. He found a way to make some hay through this. Maybe got a block in the back right there to spring him loose, but great effort right there by the young man getting back and out from underneath the shadow of his own goalpost.
And all the looks of Carroll starting inside their 5, and instead they get it out at the 32. And Carter Klipney back out at quarterback. We did see Jonah Mole a little bit, and straight ahead, and Mansaw right there, and a big hit laid on Landon Stephen, who I think we're going to see pretty exclusively at running back here in the second half.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Mr. Acosta may be limited here in the second half, but great double leg takedown right there in the backfield. I like that.
We could hear that hit over here. That was a good, clean form tackle there by Mansaw, and it's 2nd and 9. And now Klipney, quarterback keeper, cuts it to the middle of the field and kind of went down awkwardly.
Yeah, it did.
And I think he's going to be a couple short. Glad to see him pop right back up. I was afraid he's going to get his leg caught under him.
And Darius Rogers Coming up from his safety position. Nice stab in there, and he's the one that got him around the leg. Kind of thought he twisted that knee a little bit, but hey, no effects.
Rogers, one of the Falcons, playing both ways tonight. 3rd and short. Let's see if Kluckney keeps this himself. Here comes a run blitz, and it got there. And Steven got his helmet tore off, and that may be a face mask and a first down. As a late flag come in, and that's going to be a big mistake by Heights as they had him stopped.
First flag of the contest.
I'm going to get Cole Anderson with a face mask on the tackle, and boy, Heights timed this run blitz perfectly.
First and 10, the Heights 45-yard line.
Yeah, you gotta, yeah.
I think he still had the helmet in his hand.
Yeah.
He caught red-handed. That is the perfect example, and that mistake moves the ball out across midfield, and a big first down for Bishop Carroll. Now Steven, stretch play around the end, and Mansaw again into the backfield. Or a negative play. I tell you what, he is all over the place, is Maurice Mansaw.
Oh, did he read that correctly or what? Watch his eyes, sees the handoff, sees the football, attacks behind the line of scrimmage.
He is a 5'9", 185 senior. Again, great vision just to see that play happening. And now a 2nd down and 13. You just haven't seen Carroll behind the sticks very often tonight.
We did not in the first half.
Now play clock is at 5. They didn't get it off. And did a timeout? Yes, it looks like Coach Trail may have gotten a timeout at the sideline. And we will take this timeout with you. Carroll, 2nd and long coming up after this break on Yurview.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth, PowerSwabs can target that area using swab precision.
I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I can immediately see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
Order PowerSwabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free quick stick pen with your order. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
There's Josh Manns beside head coach Dusty Trail, the offensive coordinator. Now Bishop Carroll in play calling for 2nd and long. Hasn't had to dial up many of these tonight.
He really hasn't. Be interesting to see what he's dialed up for this one.
Got a double wing formation, play action, and they'll flip it out and right through the hands of the sure-handed Harrison King. Might not have had the first down, but we had a lot of what he needed.
Yes, he definitely would have. Take another look to see how many white shirts are around him. Good placement of the football, kind of a wobbler, but still, I think he looked up right before the ball got there. Maybe heard some footsteps there.
He was wanting to turn and see if he could get to the sticks. Now 3rd down and long. Carroll going to spread things back out with the 3 wides. And they'll hand it off to Landon Steven, and he cuts it up the middle of the field, and this will be close.
See what the mark is.
Ball carriers number 1, Landon Steven. Down the tackle twice, number 21, Darius Rogers.
Bring up 4th down and short. Maybe a little surprise call.
I thought they were going to throw the football on that particular down, and they decided to run it, trust that right side of the line, and a couple of yards short.
Bishop Carroll going to keep the offense out there, so they got 11 of that 13 on the run.
Gutsy call here.
Let's see if you go with that design run for Klupney. And you did, and it was read perfectly and short of the first down in the arms of Rico Castaneda. Big turnover on downs.
That is absolutely huge. That's kind of that momentum switch that Heights needed. They needed to come up with a big stop right there. Coach Dusty Trail obviously disappointed they didn't get that one. But how about Castaneda just coming up, good form tackle. Nearly got a drop for a loss, but good enough to keep him from getting the first down.
So you're able to overcome the 15-yarder that gave him the first down into your territory. And now the Heights offense will see the field for the first time here in the third quarter. And good starting field position at their own 37. And they'll toss it back to Meyer, and he around, and this could be big trouble, and it's going to be Bodney going to be tackled way back inside the 25 as the penetration from Bishop Carroll completely blew up that reverse.
Yeah, Bishop Carroll's had that penetration all night long, and that play took way too much time to develop. The double reverse, the trickeration, just didn't happen for Heights on that particular play.
Wow, that is a loss of, it looks like close to 15.
Second and 22, is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, second and 22, and now you go a trip formation. Masterson, pressure around the edge. He got rid of it, but it was, I think he got his arm hit. It floats incomplete. And there you see number 6 again, Mitchell Frank in there.
Mitchell Frank just coming off that defensive end position, and he just missed. Just knocking the ball out of quarterback's hands. St. Masterson.
Now Heights. See where you go here. Just try to get some yards to what would be a would-be punt. And Masterson back to throw it. He's going to go deep into coverage, and it was off the hands of the intended receiver. Looked like Hayes might have had a chance to make a play on that and just mistimed his jump.
The opportunity was definitely there. You got to take your hat off to Masterson. Zane is just chunking it.
It would have been a good catch. It was tight coverage. You know, this was a disaster earlier in the game. The punt team comes out, got their first one blocked. And not what Heights wanted to do. They get to turn over on downs, and you get that huge negative play on first down. And now Heights may have to burn one. Play clock is at 3. They were short a man, and not what you want to do when you're on the wrong side of a 28-14 score, as they have to burn a timeout on a special teams. We'll take this break with you. Back for the Heights punt after this break on Yurview.
Shopping for insurance.
Whoa. The unexpected can happen to any of us. That's why SelectQuote makes it easy to get the life insurance coverage you need to protect your family for less than $1 a day. We could help you save more than 50% on life insurance, whether you need $100,000 or $10 million in coverage.
Even with high blood pressure, SelectQuote found me a $500,000 policy for only $16 a month.
Our licensed insurance agents aggressively comparison shop highly rated companies to find your best rate.
My $500,000 policy is only $18 a month. That's half of what I was paying before.
Make sure your family is protected from the unexpected.
Visit our website or call 800-590-7212 to get started today. That's 800-590-7212. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
There you see head coach Dominic Dingle. You can tell, and he knew that was not the possession he wanted after getting a turnover on downs. And now the punt is a bad snap, and Masterson able to get back and get it off.
Oh, go get the football.
And it's going to bounce at midfield and be picked up, and a big return on the way for Carroll will be down near the 30-yard line. That was Blake Bowmaker. Wow, bad snap. Masterson did a masterful job just getting that punt away.
Absolutely, and this one just launched. That's Cole Anderson, the long snapper. Masterson did a masterful job of getting to that football and getting it away.
He really did.
And got it out to midfield, too.
And you would have thought you had a chance to get better field position out of it if you were Heights. Now your defense back against the wall. Carroll starts at the Heights 30.
And then you put your pressure on your defense again if you're Heights to come up with a big stop right here.
Well, that's strung out pretty well that time by Heights. Klepny will gain a couple down inside the 30.
Gain of 3 yards on the play, 2nd and 7.
Call it a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. And Klepny getting just his 5th start. Well, Bishop Carroll, he is a senior. Using those big boards on the sideline for the audible calls. Now Klepny out and up, and he's got it. If it's online, it is. Touchdown, Bishop Carroll to Harrison King. It was the out and up. You saw it developing. And a big play for Bishop Carroll. They're back up 3 scores.
And again, this set up very, very well. And watching Harrison King run the hitch, goes out and up, beats his defender, and just has to wait for the ball to get there. And that one, pinpoint timing, nice look by Klepny. And again, going back to mistakes that he had made early in the season, he's not making those tonight, is Klepny.
And Renteria, low hooker, but it is able to slip inside the left upright to make it 35-14. Well, you know that was the coaching staff seeing a tendency in coverage in the first half that they were hitting hard on those out patterns. Thus the out and up run perfectly and just a perfect pitch and catch.
I kind of got to go back to the 3 S's that I learned from C.J. Layton. The 3 S's. Somebody saw something, and here it is right here. Saw the up and out, saw the defender that they could exploit, and a great pattern and finish right there for BC.
And Klepny just put a nice amount of air under it to just let King run right underneath it. And now Heights again down 21. They were down 28-7 in the first half, under a minute, made that long drive, but they're going to need to put something together early in the 3rd quarter to get back in this one. Again, Renteria, he was banging him into the end zone on a pretty regular basis in the first half.
Klepny responsible for 4 touchdowns tonight.
This one actually bobbled into the end zone by Adrian Hall. It'll come out to the 20. He wanted, you can tell he's upset with himself. He wanted a return there. I think he might have been allowed to if he's just on or just outside the goal line, but then fumbling it in the end zone. Another long field coming up for Wichita Heights. Boy, such a great job. Renteria, we didn't even know for sure if he was going to handle all the kicking duties tonight. We saw Samuel Murphy on the initial kickoff. Since then, it's been Renteria. And doing a great job keeping field position in favor of the Golden Eagles. And now back to the edge. Masterson on the keeper. Great decision. Now it's a foot race. And caught from behind near midfield is Zane Masterson. And that was Foster Martin finally running him down.
Well, we've seen him with a big arm. We just haven't seen him with the legs. And that time he breaks one open and finds a way getting that 2nd level. Good read. Pulls the ball right here. Kept his petrolation. Nice work on the outside. And then ran for his life out there.
I think Lucas Meyer was behind him, hoping he was going to get that late pitch. Masterson, a good job to take it out near midfield. Heights has got several big chunk plays in this game. Now they pitch it to Rogers. No. He lost the football, recovered by Bishop Carroll, and that is number 56, Brendan Stonestreet. And the second fumble loss tonight by the Falcons.
Yeah, you see, just trying to get this ball to a little bit too much with it, and threw it behind Darius Rogers, and he couldn't find the handle on it. Stone Street comes up with a fumble.
So after the big play by the Heights offense, big play for the Carroll defense to get the ball back, and there you see Masterson wondering what went wrong on that pitch. That's one of the negatives you can have with a triple option offense. It tends to be risky as far as putting the ball on the turf. And now Klepny, a little play action, and come back across the field to his running back, and it's wide open down inside the 30. They're trying to drag down the receiver, Drew Ferguson, and they finally do, just shy of the 10.
This play set up very well. Watch the penetration. Klepny patient, waits. Good look to the outside. Good pitch and catch, and run afterwards. Got to pack all those yardage up. I thought they might get him for a horse collar there for a minute. Looks like he had it back of the shoulder pad.
It's really, really close, I think. Maybe just enough on the side to not warrant the flag. And now Ferguson lining up as the running back, gobbled up right at the line of scrimmage. And when I mean gobbled up, it was by D'Angelo Litton, the 6'2", 345-pound junior.
Big man right there, right in that middle. Come here, let me put you on the ground. He got him.
So second down for Carroll. I think they officially, no gain on that play. Klepny back to throw it. And that one hops, wanted that little hitch right up the hash mark to Harrison King. And just one hopped it to him to bring up third down.
Yeah, you saw him drop his. Klepny has been real good keeping the arm high, making those above the shoulder pad passes. That time he drops it down towards maybe three-quarter a little bit, tried to slide her in there, and it's exactly what happened.
We saw that in the Northwest game a couple of times, and it came out really low, kind of like that one.
Yeah. Looks great when Mahomes does it, but leave it to Patrick.
Oh, and Heights nearly into the neutral zone on a dummy count. And now play clock at 2, and they will go back to Ferguson straight ahead. And again, very little running room, so Heights stiffening. And Mansaw, number 10, one of the first there. So you're going to bring Renteria on.
You can see the defensive end did not crash on that play, so really the best read for Klepny right there was handing the ball off.
Kingston Matchett was actually their first number 7. There's Mansaw, and you're going to bring on Renteria for the field goal attempt from about 28. It's up and just inside the right upright. So the turnover on the fumble, Carroll will increase their lead to 38-14 with 4:29 left in the third. So technically still a 3-score game at 24 points. Yes, you would need 2-point conversions there. As let's see the field goal once again. All kind of in the middle of the field there. Good positioning.
Yep.
Just slipping inside.
Good hold, good snap. Just the way you want to see it done. Again.
And I think Coach Trail there was thinking, got a good kicker. I got probably 3 points in my back pocket. See if we can surprise him with the run, and ended up settling for the 3.
But scoring nearly every time they've had the football. I would think that was their 8th offensive possession. They've scored on 6 of them.
Yeah, they have 1 turnover on downs and 1 punt tonight, I believe. Now a returnable low liner, and that is Meyer that picks it up. Oh, and a great open field tackle, number 21, Blake Bowmaker, to get down the speedy Lucas Meyer.
Yeah, anytime you can come down on punt coverage like that, make an open field tackle at full speed, on a guy that's very elusive and got both legs there too.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want if you're Heights. You got open field and the ball in the hands of Lucas Meyer, but Bowmaker makes a great stop. Let's see what Heights can come up with. Again, still long field. Got the ball at their own 24.
Yeah, most of their starting positions have been around the 20, so they need to put something together here.
And they're trying to go that little wing back in motion handoff, and not much room there for Meyer.
Foster Martin right there on the tackle.
And actually, loss of 2 they're going to put up there on the board. 2nd down and 12.
Heights needs something positive to happen on this drive right here. And starting off your first play, losing a couple of yards isn't the way to get that done.
And Masterson, again, out on the edge to pitch. And there goes Darius Rogers, a 1st down, and he'll be out to about the 38, which has been the best play on this drive.
Oh, yeah, Rogers has been so impressive tonight. Just finds a way to get out into space, uses that speed, that elusiveness. He's shifty. He knows when to accelerate and when to slow down. Big weapon for this Heights squad.
You see Coach Dingle getting in and out of huddle a little bit quicker, and there's the big fullback Wyatt right up the middle and into Carroll territory, back to what was working earlier in the game, and that was certainly Jonathan Wyatt.
Jonathan's been a little bit quiet here from the 2nd half and into the 3rd. Haven't called his name much, but Jonathan finds a way to break it into the secondary.
And they keep that Carroll defense honest, go back to the fullback, and big play.
Again, keep mixing it up. Find a way to keep moving the chains here if you're Heights.
And again, the pitch back at Rogers, and this time it's sniffed out. Again, the penetration by Jack Dooling, and a big loss.
Dooling makes a phenomenal play again, just pinning his ears back. Says, I'm going to come get you. And usually sets up on that right side, this time from the left, and does something that not many people have done tonight, and that's catch Rogers before he gets out of the backfield.
And Masterson needed to take that further to the edge and make Dooling commit. Dooling hedged and got Masterson to commit early. And now Masterson back. A little bit more time, is going to scramble up in the pocket and get back to midfield to bring up 3rd down and long.
Still behind the chains right here. This Heights. They got, I think, a 3rd and 13. Yes, they do.
Yes, it is.
So you know what Bishop Carroll's going to do?
They're going to pin their ears back. I think they've been bringing pressure all evening long. And you could be in 4-down territory here if you're Heights. Masterson back. Bodney, a leaping catch. He's got it. Great catch, and he's down at the 40.
That has been there all night. I think that's the 3rd time they've completed that pass pattern today.
That's going to bring up 4th down and about 3. Bodney's just getting good separation. Boy, good hands.
Oh, yeah. Good tackle once it got there.
It does make this very manageable. Big play for Heights. They're going to look for the audible. Going with their base formation. And Masterson keeps it in a great read. Masterson up the hash mark, 10-5, touchdown Heights. Zane Masterson pulls it from the fullback, fakes the pitch, and takes it himself, and Heights a much-needed score.
Great decision by that young man right there. So many things that you got to think about as a quarterback in an option-style offense. Good read there, and in the second read to tuck it up. And then sprint for the end zone, and he outran everybody to the paint.
And my theory of the 3-score game will go out the window here, as Heights is going to kick the extra point at this point in the game instead of try to go for 2 to get it to 16. High snap. Did Ed get through there? Oh, it just did. We're going right by our table, as a matter of fact. And that was all messed up, but a big answer by Heights. And Scott, do you want a stunner of a score at the end of 3?
Give us a stunner.
Goddard 22, Andover Central 3.
That is a stunner.
That is a stunner. Andover Central, #1 undefeated in 4A. We're going to get another look at this touchdown. There's a Masterson on the sideline. It's a great decision.
Big smile on his face, and you got to like it for that young man. You know, he's got some positive things going right here. He's had 2 big runs. He's made some mistakes tonight, but this run right here got to help his confidence level.
Absolutely, and Heights hanging around. It's down 17 with a little bit of time left here in the 3rd quarter. Derby 29, Hutch nothing, end of 3. Another score we've seen come in, and Buhler 16, Wamego 15. Also at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Interesting.
That Goddard, that's a stunner.
That is.
So now the kickoff, well, they go deep, and this will definitely be returnable in the middle of the field. And a missed tackle on the first opportunity, and Bowmaker is going to make a good return out of this. Out near the 40, and Heights again had a shot at him. But these returners have proved elusive tonight for Bishop Carroll.
They really have, and you know, we haven't talked a whole lot about special teams tonight, but they've had a big effect. Talk about punt blocks, balls being hiked over the kicker's head, and then here just a little spin move, get to the outside, find an open area, use your blockers, put your team in a good setup to move down the field.
Well, Caleb Martin had a shot at him there and just couldn't get him down. And now Mole back out there, quarterback keeper around the right side, trying to use the stiff arm, but he cannot shake the defender. Number 91, Maverick Steeman, makes a great play.
Yeah, he did. And taking a brunt of the punishment there was Mole on the tackle as well, and trying to get to the outside, tucks it up, and good job by Steven just to continue him all the way to the ground and finish the play.
And Bishop Carroll does not have to snap it. Game clock well ahead of the play clock. And really with the lead, no reason for them to sneak in another play. And Coach Trail will watch it run down to the end of our 3rd quarter here in Wichita. Bishop Carroll up on Wichita Heights 38-21. Back for the 4th quarter after this break on Yurview.
Hey, airline travelers, let's say you have a problem and you need to change or cancel an existing airline reservation. What do? Well, Skywatch is a free service that can help anyone with any airline reservation fix it. Whether you want to cancel it, change your dates, or add passengers, we can help fix your airline reservations so you get exactly what you need. We've updated our computer database and now have access to every airline around the globe. So now you can make one phone call regardless of who booked your airline tickets, and we'll change it, cancel it, and fix it for you. We know the insider secrets to fixing reservations that the airlines don't want you to know about. So if you need to cancel, change, or modify an existing airline reservation, call Skywatch right now. It's a free call, so let us fix it for you.
Call 855-642-8506. That's 855-642-8506. 855-642-8506.
Hola a todos. Si ha resultado lesionado en un accidente que no fue su culpa, tenemos profesionales listos para responder sus preguntas y hacerles saber cuánto vale su caso. Estoy con el portavoz Milo Sánchez. Milo, dígale a los televidentes en casa quién debe llamar ahora mismo.
Bueno, Victoria, cualquier persona que fue herida en un accidente y no fue su culpa, habrá gente que recibirá en vivo su llamada, recibirá una consulta gratuita y le dirán cuánto vale su caso.
Gracias, Milo. Llame ahora mismo.
There you see the great student section here at Bishop Carroll High School, going with the gold and green face paint tonight. Now the Eagles back to the ground game. Landon Steve in a big hole. He's got a first down, crosses midfield, and rumbles inside the 40. And another big chunk play on the ground. There's been quite a number of those. Aiden Acosta in the first half, now Landon Steven in the second.
Another junior that hasn't seen much varsity time, really getting a shot tonight. Impressive run. Moving the chains one more time, and man, I tell you what, just like that, they're on Heights side of the field.
Here you see Steven again. Costa tweaked that ankle in the first half. I don't think he has played in the second half. Now Mola fake, he'll take it straight ahead. He's close to another first down. I think maybe a yard short, as number 6 Caleb Martin got him down in the secondary.
I tell you what I like that Coach Dusty Trail's doing is he's substituting multiple times at the running back position as well as the quarterback position, keeping those legs fresh, keeping that mind fresh, but keeping both guys engaged into the game.
I tell you, he's running low on substitutes at running back. He had Costa and Steven came over from D-back position, and apparently Acosta is out.
Ferguson's been back there as well.
Ferguson has been in there, yes. And now another keeper, good fake, piecing his way into the middle of the field. Mansaw finally able to get Jonah Mole down. And both players are a little slow to get up. It'll be a first down.
I thought there might have been an issue right there with Jonah Mall, but nice read. Cuts behind the block, right up the middle. Another first down. Meticulous drive right here by the Golden Eagles.
Exactly what Coach Trail was wanting of an answer after that Heights score. And Carroll methodically worked things down. Again, straight ahead keeper Mole. That time grabbed from behind and a short gain. That's number 44 in from his linebacker position, Dom Wells.
First time we called his name tonight. And an expressive young man, too, after the tackle. Gotta like that.
Linebackers, not real big size-wise, but so quick for Heights. They did give Mole a yard, so it's second down and 9. And clock becoming an issue, especially for Heights. And now Mole wanted to throw it. He slipped, but kept his balance. His knee didn't go down, and he'll have a nice gain down to about the 15. Which will bring up third down and short.
Yeah, looks like his foot just come right out from underneath him, and was able to find his balance point, continue down the field, picked up some solid yards.
I was just sure his knee was going to hit, but able to put that hand down and keep himself from going down early. And third down and about 4. Clock's going to tick under 9 minutes before the snap.
Mole running a majority of this offensive possession here.
And he's back to throw it. Going to go for the corner end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. And it goes back to Nick Wineland. And what a pitch and catch. It couldn't have been done any better. And Carroll answers the Heights score.
Oh, they definitely do. And again, plenty of time, great block. Stayed with the pass pattern, kept continuing right to the end of the back of the end zone and makes the catch for the touchdown. Nice work.
Nice 6'2" receiver back there to throw it to. As now Renteria on for the extra. And he bangs it through. So Carroll, again, answering Heights. Increase the lead, 45-21, Bishop Carroll. The Game Time High School Game of the Week on Yurview.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I can immediately see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
Order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free quick stick pen with your order. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Well, the big homecoming crowd here at Bishop Carroll High School having fun tonight as the home team up 45-21, getting over the top. This time it was the sophomore Jonah Mole finding the 6'2" Nick Wineland. Wineland had a good game last week. He's got 9 catches on the season for 39 yards, had 7 last week for 33 yards and a big touchdown there. And now Renteria to kick off. And these have been, with the exception of that last one, mostly touchbacks this evening. Looks like maybe a chance this time for Adrian Hill from about the 3-yard line, straight up the middle. And he'll cross the 20, but good kick coverage by the Golden Eagles, who, I tell you, field position, I don't think we keep those stats, but the average starting field position for Bishop Carroll has just been so much better tonight. Heights has had that long 70, 80-yard field, it seems like, every time they've gotten the football.
Well, when you look at just in the second half, started at the 32, the 30, the 45, and the 39. So, yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Heights back to the pitch. That one on the turf, and able to get on top of it back there was Lucas Meyer. And he will lose yardage back inside the 20.
The timing of that play is so important. The option is probably one of the hardest offenses to run. It really is, because of the timing that's involved.
Yeah, and I know you're optioning players, but those players you're optioning are getting in there so fast tonight. It's it has sped Heights up faster than they wanted to go. Now Masterson, a little bit of time to throw down the sideline, or no, he's looking for Bodney in traffic, and it was tipped away, incomplete. And it'll bring up 3rd and long, about 15.
Bodney's reaction is, I should have caught that off the tip. I think it was right in his hands if the defender wouldn't have touched it, but they did. And again, that penetration from the Bishop Carroll front 4. I mean, it looks like, it's a 5-2 setup, maybe more of a 5-3 right there.
And here they come. Masterson floats this one out in the flat and in and out of the hands of Trey Hayes. Wouldn't have been enough for a first down, but if he could make a man miss, you don't know what would have happened.
You know, and it's been the little things. It hasn't necessarily been all the big plays or the ones that's gone short, but it's plays like this. You want to see this ball caught. You never know. That defender could miss. He could stop, make him miss, and he could go down the field for another 40 yards. Could have turned it into a first down. Now we're in a punting situation. And you're deep in your own field. Masterson at the 5-yard line.
And this has been the adventure tonight for Heights. They've had one block. They've had one over the head of Masterson. This one right to him. And a low liner. And Bowmaker will take it up the numbers, and he lost the football. Well, I tell you, several players had a chance at it for both teams, and no signal yet.
They're going to have to unscramble this egg here.
Yeah, the ball boy over there says it's Heights ball. You can see him right by Coach Dingle. He was signaling, I think this is Heights ball, and it looks like coming out with it. This is going to be Bishop Carroll. And that was Jack Dooling.
Yeah, I'm not sure Dooling was the last guy, or the first guy that had it, but he was definitely the last.
Let's watch it. Right here is where it's going to come loose from Bowmaker.
Ooh, Bowmaker may have been down before that came out, but
Really close, but I think it was maybe wiggling loose, and there it's right at the feet. Several players would then have a chance at it, but Bishop Carroll takes over in Heights territory at the 35-yard line. And back to the ground game. I think we may have a new back. Is that Ferguson back in there? It is.
Ferguson, yes.
He takes it straight ahead. And they'll give him a couple, 2nd down and 8.
3 yards on the 32nd and 7, 32-yard line.
And Carroll more than happy to run the ball, run some clock at this point with the big advantage, 45-21. You can look right at that play clock. Look it down to 8, back to Ferguson. Nice little sidestep there, gets inside the 30. I'll bring up about 3rd and 3.
Again, looks like Dusty Trail's content to just platoon quarterbacks every other series. Put me back in on this one.
Ferguson, a 6'5", 175, a junior wideout. Again, pressed into service in the backfield.
All hands on deck.
Oh, boy.
Whatever it takes, right?
I don't know if I've ever seen a roster midway through a season, your top 4, now maybe 5 guys in the backfield all out. It's just one of those years, and they'll go back to Ferguson straight ahead. 2nd effort, I think he's got the 1st down. They're marking him right at the 25, and you see this official signaling 1st and 10 for Bishop Carroll.
Yeah, and if I remember right, wasn't it Adam Gorgeous? Starting Gorgeous, yeah.
Yeah,
Gorgeous was in that starting spot.
I think in the stats,
back?
he's only played 1 game.
Yeah.
This season, you know, Drew Needens was in there earlier in the season. He's injured, and I tell you, it's been crazy the amount of running backs that have been in and out of the lineup this season. Got a fresh set of downs. And around the end this time, Ferguson gets to the edge, getting good blocking, slips a tackle inside the 10, and it will be 1st and goal, Bishop Carroll.
Tell you what, Ferguson impressive running the football. Uh-oh, and now we've got flags flying all over. The hankies are flying. We've got guys with helmets off in the end zone. As we take a look at the run here by Ferguson, and just a tough run. Be able to use a stiff arm, nearly gets to the end zone.
Did not see how the helmet came off.
Defense number 90. After this is goal, don't play for 1st down. First unsportsmanlike conduct penalty of the game.
So the player with his helmet off, D'Angelo Litton, also gets the penalty. And also the wrath of Coach Dingle, as we see in our right in our screen there.
Yep.
He had to go. It's always bad when you have to go stand by coach when you come out of a game. And you see Coach Dingle, certainly a teaching moment there for that young man. As they have play held up now, they're ready to go. Carroll looking to the sidelines. They have a 1st and goal.
Coming right in your living room.
Company to Ferguson, and bouncing off tackles and going sideways, but nothing doing this time. I think finally getting him down there was number 6, Caleb Martin.
And in the backfield, Cole Anderson. 51. Watch this one. Just ran by him. Thought there for just a second he was going to have a chance to get in the end zone right there. What was Ferguson?
Looks like it might have been just a short loss. They marked the ball just outside of the 5, 2nd and goal. And Clipney running that clock down, uses some motion. And straight ahead, Ferguson broke a tackle, and he will find pay dirt. Touchdown, Bishop Carroll. That is going to put him plus 50 in this one.
Well, I'll tell you what, impressive to say the least, what these backup running backs has been able to do. But Ferguson obviously knows what to do when he gets a football in his hands. He hits to the house. Great job there by Ferguson getting into the end zone. And now the extra point right down the middle.
A lot of tired defenders out there, a lot of arm tackles get broken. It's all Carroll, 52-21. This is the Game Time High School Game of the Week on Yurview.
If you don't have a good dental plan, or if your employer doesn't offer dental benefits, this is the deal you're looking for. Get the Carefree Dental Card, and for just $15.95 a month, you can see the dentist anytime and pay a whole lot less.
On my first visit, I saved $650. We used to pay full price at the dentist. Boy, was that dumb. We just saved $705.
Call the number on your screen and request your Carefree Dental Card free. We'll send your card and complete details at no cost and no obligation today. Unlike other dental plans, there's no activation fee with Carefree Dental, so call now to get your card at no cost today. Call during this TV offer and we'll also include free vision benefits and free prescription drug benefits too. See for yourself why Carefree is the best deal in dental. Call now.
Call 1-800-997-8844 to get your Carefree Dental Card and member guide free. Call 1-800-997-8844.
Aiden Acosta with our Cox Smart play of the game. Makes a great cut, great decision to break it to the middle of the field and into the end zone.
And that was a smart call of the game, courtesy of Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. You can learn more at cox.com/mobile. And we're all hoping that Aiden Acosta, that was just a little tweak at his left ankle, taped, and couldn't continue in this one. But Landon Stephen, Drew Ferguson and company have picked up where he left off in the second half, as Carroll running away with this one here late. You see Lucas Meyer, he'd love to have another chance, make a big play this evening, and he may get a chance if this doesn't go into the end zone, and they'll let him bring it out. Oh, again, great special teams coverage as they're going to get him down inside the 20. And number 46, a new number in there. Is that 46? Because if it is, I don't know who it is because I don't have one. Unfortunately for tonight. Is that 48?
48 or 49, Max McKinney possibly. But
no, it is 46.
46.
And roster we have don't have a 46, so we apologize. Like to give credit.
Yeah.
Nice open field tackle.
That guy.
And Masterson will bring the Heights offense back out. And Coach Dingell would love to see his team put together one more really good drive in this game. And the fullback this time unable to get out of the backfield, Jonathan Wyatt. And hit immediately there by number 72 tonight, Mason Kaltenbach.
Kaltenbach, I'm telling you what, he's going to come up a little gimpy, but as billed, without a doubt. Kaltenbach and Frank, the anchors on that front line for this Bishop Carroll squad. And I tell you what, those guys are going to be some good ones at the next level. Frank is just a sophomore. Kaltenbach, the senior.
Oh, and now busted play, and Masterson just goes down back at the 10. He turned the wrong way, or somebody did, or went the wrong way. It just was discombobulated from the start. And the Heights going the wrong direction with about a 3rd and 15.
And when you got a defense that is coming at the rate that Bishop Carroll is, you can see Mitchell Frank right there, the sophomore, 6'4", 200 as a sophomore. How much I would have wished I'd have been close to 200 as a sophomore. I wouldn't even that with my coat on and wet.
I would have taken the 6'4".
Well, that's true, too.
I could have seen over some of those linemen where I was trying to throw the ball. 3rd and long. Masterson, kind of a wheel route. Oh, and Lucas Meyer is absolutely blasted by Alex Rohr right when he caught it.
Good clean hit, though.
Yes.
Good football play right there, but an absolute smoking.
Oh, and you saw it coming, too. We're going to get another look at this.
That may be the big hit of the season right there. Good job not going with the head, contact with the shoulder, and how about holding on to the football after you get your bell rung like that?
I tell you, that play was great all the way around. It was a great throw, Meyer, a great catch, and then the great hit. And as you mentioned, how did he hold on to that ball? I would have probably announced my retirement after that hit. And a timeout was taken, I think here by Heights, to talk over fourth down play, about 3 yards to go.
Wow, what a hit.
And as you mentioned, and you love it because so often you see the flags come flying after a hit like that, but you mentioned Rohr. He didn't lower his head, led with the shoulder into the shoulder. That's just what you want to see, trying to jar the ball loose.
Absolutely.
Which I'm actually surprised that he didn't on that play. As we'll try to grab you a couple of other scores. End of 3, McPherson 21, Rose Hill 18. Tight ball game there in Rose Hill tonight. Almigo was leading Buhler 29-16. That was getting under 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And Heights gonna send out the punt unit. Masterson gets the punt away, a low liner. And Steven just gonna get away from this. It'll be dead at about the Carroll 41.
We're going to talk about differences that we've seen from first half to second. And for Heights, you know, I got to look back at Darius Rogers, 179 yards in the first half. He's got 8 here in the second half.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big weapon to not get involved in the ball game. And I honestly haven't seen him in the backfield.
Well, you know, he's been going both ways as well this evening, and you got to wonder maybe. Yeah, I think there was some, after the play, some extracurricular going on the field, and the referee, I think, sent both teams to the sideline.
I didn't see a flag issued, though.
No. That's something both teams had struggled with coming in, and we've seen very, very few penalties this evening. I think we may have yet a new quarterback and a handoff around left side and a new running back. Is that Georges? That is. And Georges, the sophomore, back out there. And I think that is Pius Graff, junior quarterback, number 7, into the ball game for Bishop Carroll. So some of the younger kids. And just as we talked about the lack of flags, well, they're going to pick it up.
They're going to pick it up. 2 fouls, 2 flags thrown into the ball game. Both of them 15-yard penalties against Heights for 30 yards. And for Bishop Carroll, has not had a penalty in the ball game.
They would have had one. They kicked the ball out of bounds.
Well, that one, yes.
I guess that would count to get the ball placed at the 35 for that.
But the big thing is no mental errors, no pre-snap penalties for either team, and that is huge and a big plus for both squads.
This time, Georges hit in the backfield and taken down there by Dom Wells, number 44.
Just straight handoff. Man, I tell you what, talking about just going all out.
Yeah, he just got right
Tom
off his
Wells,
block
yeah.
at the point of attack.
He did. Tom Wells just blowing it up in there.
You see him right in the middle of your screen as the Falcons had high hopes coming in tonight. Just a monster second half here by Carroll. And Georges again. Good cut between the hash and the numbers out near the 45. Will bring up fourth down. That's something I'm trying to remember if we have seen tonight. And we had a Carroll punt. We've had one at least, I think.
Well, they've scored on all but 2 of their possessions tonight. So
one was a turnover on downs.
Right.
So did they punt
true.
once? I'm trying to remember if they did punt. And I think they're going to let the clock run all the way down. Coach Trail probably use a timeout here to decide if he's going to punt it or leave his offense out there. And Wamego Buhler score, that was a final now, 29-16. First ever meeting between those two teams as Buhler takes their second loss of the season. Also lost to a team that we were really impressed with in the playoffs last year. Great Bend had all those sophomores last year. They're undefeated. 5A West, I said at the beginning of the year, could run through Great Bend, and they're 5-0 now, so they're off to a great start.
Well, that just shows you what gaining that experience at such a young age, and especially as your sophomores and your juniors, how that's going to translate when you become upperclassmen, because you've got that experience, you know what to expect, and you know what the expectations are of you coming back after that, because you're given a shot at such a young spot in your high school career, and now you come into your junior year, you're surrounded by guys with that same experience, so it's easier just for that continuity to develop.
So just 50 ticks left, and the offense back on the field, and they'll hand it to Georgia. Second effort gets him near midfield, but he'll be a yard or two short, which will translate into a turnover on downs, which will bring out the Heights offense. And kind of wondering, may see a different quarterback for Heights. I saw Masterson heading back towards the bench area. Let's see if they do indeed bring out a new quarterback, and I think they will. Number 19, Jason Burge, a senior quarterback, 185-pounder.
Covell Nichols, number 20, also out on the field.
And Burge will hand it to a new fullback who is pushed back immediately. I think that is at 28, C.J. Walker, a senior, out there for a carry. We'll bring up about a second down and 10.
Well, Scott, this has definitely not been one that we expected.
Yeah.
Knowing the history between the two squads, talking to both coaches, having the problems they've had to go and try to overcome with penalties and with turnovers. One team did a better job than the other one, and they're ahead on the scoreboard.
And Heights could have run one more play, and I don't believe they are going to. As here you see a frustrated head coach Dominic Dingle as the final gun has sounded. Happy homecoming tonight for Bishop Carroll as they defeat Wichita Heights 52-21. Heights will fall to 1-4, and Bishop Carroll improves to 2-3. We got plenty to come on our post-game wrap, so stay tuned as you are watching Game Time High School football on Yurview.
If you don't have a good dental plan, or if your employer doesn't offer dental benefits, this is the deal you're looking for. Get the Carefree Dental Card, and for just $15.95 a month, you can see the dentist anytime and pay a whole lot less.
On my first visit, I saved $650. We used to pay full price at the dentist. Boy, was that dumb. We just saved $705.
Call the number on your screen and request your Carefree Dental Card free. We'll send your card and complete details at no cost and no obligation today. Unlike other dental plans, there's no activation fee with Carefree Dental, so call now to get your card at no cost today. Call during this TV offer and we'll also include free vision benefits and free prescription drug benefits too. See for yourself why Carefree is the best deal in dental. Call now.
Call 1-800-997-8844 to get your Carefree Dental Card and member guide free. Call 1-800-997-8844.
Over 13 million Americans were affected by identity theft in 2022. And the threats go way beyond just credit card fraud. Today's identity thieves can open loans, transfer home titles, and even commit crimes in your name.
Someone got my social security number, made a driver's license, and was used for criminal activity.
Your information is exposed through online shopping, banking, even corporate data breaches. No wonder there's a new victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. Only LifeLock alerts you to the widest volume of threats all in one place.
I clicked, "That's not me," and LifeLock took it from there.
If you become a victim, a dedicated US-based restoration specialist will work to fix the issue. All LifeLock members are backed by the LifeLock $1 Million Protection Package, including reimbursement for stolen funds.
I will be with LifeLock forever.
Enrollment takes just minutes. Call now or go online and use promo code GET25 to save 25% on your first year. Enroll now.
Hola a todos. Si ha resultado lesionado en un accidente que no fue su culpa, tenemos profesionales listos para responder sus preguntas y hacerles saber cuánto vale su caso. Estoy con el portavoz Milo Sánchez. Milo, dígale a los televidentes en casa quién debe llamar ahora mismo.
Bueno, Victoria, cualquier persona que fue herida en un accidente y no fue su culpa, habrá gente que recibirá en vivo su llamada, recibirá una consulta gratuita y le dirán cuánto vale su caso.
Gracias, Milo. Llame ahora mismo.
Game Time on Yurview is sponsored by the Kansas Department of Aging and Disability Services. There are services throughout Kansas that can strengthen your mental health and prevent suicide. This is not where your story ends. And tonight's play of the game is being brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau Health Plans, affordable health care, nationwide coverage, friendly service.
Carter Klubney on the up and out to Harrison King, finds him down the field and goes into the end zone. That's your play of the game right there, and that was one of many tonight by this Bishop Carroll squad.
A lot of highlights there for Bishop Carroll tonight. And you see our matchup next week, a rivalry time as we head to Mays South High School, Mays and Mays South next Friday, October 11th, with our coverage beginning at 7 p.m. Looking forward to our first matchup at Mays South. Again, your final tonight, Bishop Carroll tops Wichita Heights 52-21. Back for more post-game after this break on Yurview.
Over 13 million Americans were affected by identity theft in 2022. And the threats go way beyond just credit card fraud. Today's identity thieves can open loans, transfer home titles, and even commit crimes in your name.
Someone got my social security number, made a driver's license, and was used for criminal activity.
Your information is exposed through online shopping, banking, even corporate data breaches. No wonder there's a new victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. Only LifeLock alerts you to the widest volume of threats all in one place.
I clicked, "That's not me," and LifeLock took it from there.
If you become a victim, a dedicated US-based restoration specialist will work to fix the issue. All LifeLock members are backed by the LifeLock $1 Million Protection Package, including reimbursement for stolen funds.
I will be with LifeLock forever.
Enrollment takes just minutes. Call now or go online and use promo code GET25 to save 25% on your first year. Enroll now.
Have you filed for disability benefits but were denied by the Social Security Administration? Or do you need to apply for benefits and are overwhelmed with paperwork? Are you between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury? Thousands of hardworking Americans are in your situation. They file for disability benefits every month and are unnecessarily denied their much-needed benefit check. Call now for a no-obligation, free evaluation. We can help you nearly double your chances of approval and get your benefit checks faster. We understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact and will share our insider expertise. There is a time limit to apply. We're here to help you get your disability claim filed and paid as soon as possible. Please, time is limited. So, if you are between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury, call right now and let us help you file your disability claim with the Social Security Administration.
Bishop Carroll wins it tonight over Wichita Heights 52 to 21. And tonight's player of the game is being brought to you by Taco Bell Live Moss.
Carter Klumpney, player of the game tonight, 11 carries tonight, 35 yards, but he's responsible for 4 touchdowns. 2 on the ground rushing and then being able to air the ball out. You see this is one of them right here, just tough running, finds a way to get to the end zone, makes it happen and into the air. We've already talked about this when you're play of the game. Harrison King gets into the end zone to make this happen. I love this play right here, the little toss back. Finding a way to get it in the hands of your playmakers, and that's what Klumpney did tonight, played mistake-free.
Well, again, there's your final score, 52-21. It was not, we figured more of a defensive battle coming in, and we talked about mistakes. Bishop Carroll plays a mistake-free game, and it seemed like every mistake, whether it was the fumble early, the block punt, Carroll took advantage of every mistake that Heights made tonight.
They did, and one word describes it for me for Bishop Carroll, and it's efficiency. They were efficient with the football when they had it. They scored on nearly every possession that they had, and when they didn't score, they put Heights in a position, bad field position with their special teams, and was able to come up with a win tonight. And very efficient tonight for Coach Dusty Trail.
Big momentum boost for the Holy War.
Absolutely.
Waiting for Bishop Carroll.
Hey, airline travelers, let's say you have a problem and you need to change or cancel an existing airline reservation. What do? Well, Skywatch is a free service that can help anyone with any airline reservation fix it. Whether you want to cancel it, change your dates, or add passengers, we can help fix your airline reservations so you get exactly what you need. We've updated our computer database and now have access to every airline around the globe. So now you can make one phone call regardless of who booked your airline tickets, and we'll change it, cancel it, and fix it for you.